Oh man, we live. Peace. Welcome to the Kam-Pain show live. Welcome. Tuesday, April 8th. You see the title, Peace and Blessings, another op. Another op. We're talking about theological op. Another theological op. We're not talking about no physical, messy street beef violence. We're talking about intellectual, theological opponent hits my DM regarding the previous op that I was on live with, and will he be next to get publicly cooked? Apparently, I don't know if this is his partner or his organization member, but we're gonna go into it and read what he hit me with. This is Kevin Ali on IG. Is at @RKevinAli. And he hit my inbox. He hit my DM with this message. Is this the West Coast Cam who was on the program with Sadnetta and Khalil? If so, and you want to have a discussion with somebody who follows the messenger but doesn't follow Minister Louis Farrakhan, you are now talking to somebody who would be a better representation of that. Because Khalil has very little experience and very little training. Ouch. I hope y'all ain't from the same organization. He was basically made a minister by his mother-in-law. Dang, Gina. He was basically made a minister by his mother-in-law. His mother-in-law made him a FOI minister. If you want to reach out and have a discussion, I'd be open to that. In the meantime, you can take a look at one of my lectures, to give you an idea of my background and credentials. I'm like, oh, okay. Word. You're reputable from these spinoff FOI streets. So my reply to him was, yes, this is West Coast Cam that was on Sonetta's program. Is Khalil a member of your organization? Seeing as you seem to know personal info about him, his training level, and who made him a minister, i.e. his mother-in-law. If he is a member of your org or organization, can you tell me exactly what your organization's name is? What is the name of your organization? And exactly who is y'all's living leader? Who is y'all's living leader, y'all's top authority? And are you willing to get on IG Live with me or YouTube Live with me today, ASAP? So I never heard of none of them. You know what I'm saying? So of course, what I did is I went and found let me see if I can do it on here. I went to his page. Yeah, I wish I didn't. I really wished I didn't. But let me see if I can find it over here. Yeah, I went to his page, clicked on his page, and Jesus H. Christ. What did I see? I saw, here he is, Kev Ali, minister and soldier of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, messenger of Allah, Facebook, such and such. I'm not even going to click on that. I'm going to stay right here for a minute. And first thing I do when I look at somebody's, I look at their reach. He has 378 followers. The most recent pictures, if you hover over it, it's going to say 4 likes. It's going to say 0 comments, 0 comments, 1 like, 0 comments, 2 likes, 0 comments, 0. So you have, well, let me just show y'all, man. I don't know if this is fair use. I have to say fair use on this because I ain't necessarily playing nobody's stuff. We just going to a person that said, go to my Facebook page for my credentials. So since you hit me on IG, I'm gonna go to your IG page where you hit me at first. And I ain't went to his Facebook page yet, but I'll do that with y'all live. Here's the most recent one. So I guess this is him preaching. So it's 3 likes, 0 comments. So let's listen together, shall we? Oh, there's no 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 audio. Okay. So let's click out of here. Let's find somewhere where it's audio at. Okay, I hear somebody. Maybe this is their representative.
And fasting, especially during the holy month of Ramadan. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a packed house.
Ramadan Mubarak. Come on.
Whoa. Standing room only.
Ramadan Kareem.
Oh, Lord. All right, well, I don't know who this is, but
Talk black to me.
Talk black to me. You Khaled? You trying to be Khaled?
We don't fast in Ramadan.
Go ahead. That's right.
Wow.
Fasting in Ramadan has a simple meaning.
Teach.
Come on.
Teach.
Wow, that's extra quiet, and it seemed like he's actually preaching to the chairs. Is he ministering to the chairs? But let's keep on rolling, man. I want to actually get to my mans in them. Is this him?
This week,
okay,
on Facebook, now niggas are listening. They heard Facebook. This week on Facebook, there was a picture that circulated of a Muslim woman in complete hijab. Now, you could tell she was not a Nation of Islam sister by the style of her dress. Yes.
Oh, he's claiming Nation of Islam, and I'm hearing phones in the background, like within the back of a like. Wait, anyway, let me not.
So you uninitiated out there, you think all Muslims are the same.
He said, you out there, you uninitiated out there. I wish they would pan the camera around so we could see all of the out there people that he's talking about.
But we can see the general differences. Just
keep in mind, this is Can y'all still see it?
Based on the dress. Same way Wallace.
Can y'all still see this? Because I don't know what just happened. Did it go blank? Let me know. But this is one like, and this is January 26th or January 22nd, 2024. This is a year ago, and it only got one like. I'm not sure why we're on social media, but let me know if y'all can see this.
Muhammad can tell which you niggas was with him by the way you return the greetings. We can tell what kind of Muslim people are generally by their dress.
He said we can tell what kind of Muslim you are generally by their dress. Right? You see that vid is more than 5. So he said we can tell what kind of Muslim you are generally by your dress. Now I want y'all to check this out. This is him. I gotta put this music. See in the background, look, you can tell what kind of Muslim you are by your dress. Oh, my Lord. That's Honorable Elijah Muhammad's real FOI right there. I have no clue where he's at or what he's doing and why he's surrounded by nothing but sisters with short pants and shorts on and tight stuff and bosoms bouncing up and down and all of that. And Lord have mercy. So he says, oh Lord, freaky behavior. Don't hurt him, Hammer. Don't hurt him, Hammer. Man, I forgot what I was going to say. But you could tell a Muslim by, hey, man, let me stop this. No, hold on, let me just stop this. Jane, stop this crazy thing. Hold on. Because I couldn't even get over that first little move he did. Oh, man. This is another one. He cha-chaing. Is that the cha-cha? He giving me Reverend Al Sharpton vibes right now. That's a F. What is it? Oh my God. Oh Lord. Righteous white nature said it. That's drill class. That's FOI class. That's martial arts. That's what martial arts sparring and shit right there. Oh man, that hurt, man. And this is public, so I'm not like, oh, come on, I can't do that. You ain't finna blow my eyeballs out, bruh. Oh man. What is all of this? I'm scared now. I'm scared to even. Yeah, let's see what my man's and them talking about. Let me see. Let me find one that got the most. This one got the most.
He taught Christianity. Jesus did not start his ministry in Africa, even though the early days of his life was spent in Africa. He left Africa and went to Jerusalem to start teaching. He could have taught in Cairo, Egypt.
Who is he talking?
But he didn't. He left and went to Jerusalem, Asia Minor. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Oh no. Damn, he said everybody. It was only one body in there that said yes, sir. Like, oh Lord, let me get up off of here. So he said Khalil. So keep in mind, this is who Sadnetta and Tazariak reached out for. This is the FOI representation that they wanted to get on their show and act like they cooked a FOI. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happened I heard that. I saw, because I follow Tazariak. So I seen, this brother with this FOI uniform, like an old school in the 60s FOI uniform, like we used to wear in the 60s. And I seen him really just talking foul about the FOI and about Allah and Master Prophet Muhammad and Elijah and all that. So of course I'm gonna respond because me and Tazariak already had 2 discussions on YouTube. I never knew he was saying that type of mess. So then when I responded, then he said the conversation didn't have nothing to do with you. I'm a bash. I'm gonna use my platform and whatever resources I got to just bash and slander your faith, your God, your organization in the name of this false flagging dude right here. But that don't have nothing to do with you, Cam. Why you even respond? You clout chasing. You clout chasing me because you responded to me bashing your whole organization. You know what I'm saying? In the name of this little fake FOI dude right here. Oh, but I'm scared to even. Oh man, oh Lord, I don't know. Damn, is he sticking his tongue out like a little female and they doing Christmas? Damn, Elijah Muhammad let y'all do that? Y'all doing Christmas? You sticking your tongue out? You dancing with the stars? You dancing with the Soul Train line with the females? I thought Elijah Muhammad said, "Don't let me catch." Never mind. Nothing. Nothing. Oh man. So I guess he's a better representation. Let's go back to what he had to say to me. Yeah, let's go back. This is what he said. Is this West Coast Cam who was on the program with Sadnetta and Khalil? If so, and you wanted to have a discussion with somebody who follows the messenger but does not follow Minister Louis Farrakhan, you are now rocking with the best. Welcome to the... You are now talking to somebody who would be a better representation of that. Khalil has very little experience and very little training. He was basically made a minister by his mother-in-law. That's bad work. That's nasty work. He in my DM, so I hope that y'all not members of the same organization. Hope he's not a member of your organization. Why do you know so much about him? If so, are you jealous because he got on the airtime with Sadnetta and Tazariak? Man, if you want to reach out and have a discussion, and of course I did, I just ain't heard nothing back, so I just went on and did this. Hopefully this will bring him out. But I feel, I feel like I can't even get no credit. I won't get no credit for cooking this. You cooked yourself already. You already, y'all brains and it's one thing, like, if you gonna be like Charleston White and you're gonna say something super reckless to where, you know, people gonna be like, ooh, like, you know, and see what the real FOIs is gonna say. But if you can't, if you, you know, some dog doodle on the front grass and you can't even attract maggots, you can't even attract flies to your boo-boo. At least, you know, maggots show up. Maggots and flies will show up to certain levels of ish. This ish don't even got the magnetic attraction power to attract maggots. It ain't even no maggots and flies in this ish. So I really don't have no business entertaining it, but I just wanted to show y'all because I just wanted, you know, y'all seen my questions. I wanted to know, is Khalil part of y'all organization? Is he some other spinoff? I don't know, man. I don't know where they get these guys from. I don't know where they come from, but I know that they come over here is going to be their last stop. Really, matter of fact, it ain't even no come over here. I'm looking for them at this point. So these is all little demons like dude called me, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against our offense. We're on the offense. So I'm looking for them all. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all know of some that's claiming FOI or that's claiming whatever they claiming against the NOI and they got a following. So I wouldn't even have highlighted this dude. He hit my DM, but once I saw he ain't got absolutely no maggots. He ain't even got a maggot. He only got a parasite following. Like parasites don't even, you know, think he a good host. You know, you be like, sometimes you be trying to feed like food to a pig or feed food to a rat, and the rat be like, like the rat ain't gonna even eat it. Dang, man. No matter, you know, no wonder you trying to get a conversation with me. I don't think I'm gonna take you up on that. We already see this is 5150 business. So, oh Lord, this is short. Well, let's see what his he said his Facebook. Let's see what his Facebook look like. Go back over here. Facebook. Is it showing up? Let's see. Is it still sharing the screen? Man, what's going on? Can y'all see it? I don't know what's happening. Let me see. Let me remove this. Remove. Stop screen. Yeah, I don't know what happened. So let me reshare the screen. There you go. There you go. Video showed him of, looks like Eric Muhammad set up. Yeah. So I don't know none of these characters. I ain't never heard of none of them. But yeah, here he is. This is his Facebook. Kevin Ali. Say he got 3.8 thousand, three followers, 3,800 followers. So let's see if it's cracking over here. It says he lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, from Orange, New Jersey. Man, New Jersey. Oh yeah, speaking of that, on my other live, I said that Tazariak was from New York. Somebody corrected me and say he's from New Jersey, but his leader is apparently from New York. General Johanna, something like that. So the organization's top leader over there with Tazariak is from New York. So that still verifies what I'm talking about. I'm because dude, Tazariak is not the leader. He said his leader is General something like Johanna, and he's from New York. So that just reminded me when I just saw him being from Jersey, New York, Philly, all of that, you know, East Coast is what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad strictly said New York, though. He didn't say Jersey, he didn't say Philly, he didn't say nothing of that. He said New York. So don't try to blame it on me because I'm from LA and I'm West Coast Cam. No, I'm just quoting what the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said about the most hypocritical people in our nation is in New York. I don't know why dude that said he was live April 5th. Maybe his family member or daughter or something is a cheerleader, but is that something that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad promotes? Your daughter's, twerking and popping and showing their little butt cheeks and all of that, and you recording it and celebrating it and putting it up on your real follower of the Messenger Facebook page. You showing your own little daughter clapping her little cheeks and twerking and whatever she's doing for the strange men in the bleachers. Man, this is a new day. Superior Maverick marching machine at North something. So yeah, I ain't really seeing nothing. I don't know. You said that if you want to check his credentials, go to his his Facebook page. I still ain't seen nothing yet. So I guess that's his credentials. We saw his credentials. Okay, there we go. What is this? We see everything but what is good for us. I see 4 brothers, true followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, private group members. So Eid Mubarak, what are followers of Elijah Muhammad fasting for? If you say he's dead, how do you know? How would you be able to answer that if he's dead to you? Yeah, I don't know, man. He said he wanted to talk to me and he wanted to go live, or he wanted to, get on the live with me. But I still don't see no reputable. I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. So anyway, man, that's that. I thought it was gonna be something that it ain't. So yeah, let me get back to us. We're doing what we do. Salute. Brother Clayton, salute. I'm gonna get to all y'all right. Let me go down. Nate the Greatest, salute. Walaikum salam. Wrench Mob, God Squad, BL Senior, salute. Ahmad Jabril, salute. Safi Ali, peace to the God. Mac Main, salute. Walaikum salam, God. Carl Muhammad, salute. Yeah, Honor Road, Wrench Mob, peace to you. Troy Scott, peace to you. Brother Clayton said, I'm aware of Kevin Ali. I debated him via social media many times. He's going to attack the minister in Scientology. Kevin Ali. Is he attacking them Darren's dance moves he was doing with them girls? He's actually a lost cause because he will not admit defeat. Well, yeah. I mean, if they can show me what they built, what they doing, they can show me their numbers growing. They can show me, real soldiers and real steppers and hitters in the streets that respect them and that follow their lead. Then, we can talk. I ain't just gonna write them off for that. Salute, honor roll. Madan, that's Eric Muhammad. Which one is Eric Muhammad? Oh, which one? The bald head dude. Want to be like Khaled. One saying all the Khaled bars. You want to be Khaled, huh? Because he dang sure said a few of his bars, and I guess since he bald headed and dark, and he can talk mean, he can talk tough to the chairs. He talking to chairs and cameras. There's more chairs and cameras than people. So I ain't seen no audience yet. But hey, man, you like it, I love it. Y'all like it, I love it. I'm also aware of Eric Muhammad, their leader. Oh, Eric Muhammad is their leader. That's the leader. He tried to recruit me 12 years ago. Wow. Until I found the truth from the minister and joined the real nation. His mouth is full of slander. Well, you see, he couldn't attract flies to Ish. All the Ish he talking, he ain't even attracted maggots. Parasites ain't even showed up for that. Ish. Nature don't lie. It's like basketball. You cheating. Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. Nature don't lie. Bugs and parasites don't even see no future in that. We ain't no host over here. Ain't gonna be no healthy host over here. It's just parasites ain't even messing with that. Scavengers ain't even messing with that. That's like a McDonald's hamburger. Ain't nothing touching that. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Damn. Oh. Dreadful. Dreadful Cosmon. Hey, man. Machiavelli, shalom, salute, peace and blessings to you and the fam, all of that. Tell me this not that cat that was on Sonetta. The dude that's on my thumbnail named Khalil is a student of this group, allegedly, apparently, yeah. So he looked like he was doing better. He understood. He was representing stronger and better than both of the characters that I just seen. The Kevin Ali and bald head dude, the want to be Khaled, Khaled, mini Khaled, you know what I'm saying? Oh, behave, mini Khaled. Khalil was doing better than that, in my opinion. Adrian, right? Talk black to me, golly. That's sad because if Khaled is from L.A. He from the Pueblos, like, so I know Khaled. You know what I'm saying? And those that know my connection between him and Q, putting that together, being instrumental. You know what I'm saying? To see somebody acting like your people, oh man, I don't know what I'm saying. It's rough. It's hard to watch. Very cringy. Elmatic, salute. Elmatic. Rob Worley, salute, man. We just having fun. Elmatic, he had a throwback jersey on. Had a throwback life on. It's throwback whole everything. Oh, Risha Creole, salute to you. Damn fool king ain't worth. Yeah, man. He backbit his own brother to me. If that's his brother, like I could see if he's a op, you know what I'm saying? He getting at me like, nah, they ain't the real Muslims. We the ones. You in my DM, I'm a FOI. You know I'm with Farrakhan, but then you saying, well, I'm not with Farrakhan, and Khalil that was misrepresenting. He ain't one of us. Maybe it's just all splintered and divided and all of that. But he got at my DM. So this is what this is about. I'm just paying him attention, giving him the attention that he wants, and inviting him to get on live with me. I would love to hear whatever you got to say. I would love to hear mini Khaled, little mini me Khaled. Oh, behave. I would love to get him on the live. I mean, just for entertainment, because I'm not going to convert him. He's not going to convert me. This is not the time for that. This is the time to separate, bind up, and toss to the side, toss in the right category. That's all this is. We ain't finna convert each other to nothing. We just going to expose each other to something. Or expose them to y'all. Madon, salute. Black Symphony Beats. Man, you see it. Machiavelli awake. He clout chasing for show. His motion is Zumba. He's doing Zumba. With the females, though. He doing some wind it up. He's doing some Jamaican. I think getting his wind on, his sexy wine. Rest in peace, Dwayne Wiggins. Man, slow wine. He getting his slow wine on. Jesus Christ. The video you just showed of him on the pulpit looks like Eric Muhammad set up in his background out of Atlanta. Yeah, I don't know. It was on his page. I don't know none of these characters. It's all interesting to me. It's all brand new. This is all live, organic reactions as I'm seeing them. So, they want it, I want it. Guys out here cyber stalking, right? I mean, you ain't got to stalk me. You can just tell me, you want to talk. I'm right there. I'm right there. I'm be there before you gonna be there. But they don't show up. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna open up the lines here just in case anybody show up. Daryl Jackson, salute, peace, fam. Orisha Creole, yeah, Jersey, but his leader from Philly, headquarters in Harlem. His leader is his headquarters is in Harlem. So General Johanna's headquarters, or the headquarters of that organization, is in New York, is in Harlem, right? But he's from Philly. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just know what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said about the most worst people in our nation, hypocrites in our nation, is in New York at that time. Minister Farrakhan was born in New York. So him being sent to return there and take Malcolm's place after Malcolm tripped out, seems like a, no-brainer, second nature. So if you're not with Elijah Muhammad, then you don't, it don't matter either way. But we with Elijah Muhammad, and we can bear witness that what he said is absolutely true. So it's all good. Orish Tazariak be too busy trying to get on No Jumper, right? Be with Wack. That's why I first seen him with Wack, because Wack, he didn't call me about Tazariak, but I think we had a few words about dude, because I told him I seen him on No Jumper with Wack. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the kind of content that Wack wanted me to get on. He wanted me to get on No Jumper. This would be back before all of this mess, around that time when Tazariak was on No Jumper. So I was like, well, dude got to pay me. You know what I'm saying? I come on there and talk about this. I ain't talking about the stuff that all the rest of, young brothers out there twisting themselves up. But I'd love to get on here and talk about, who the devil is, and who the real such and such is, and this and that. But I never heard back from Wack after that. Brother Clayton, Eric Muhammad was placed in bad standing in the late 90s because he refused to stop holding security for Khaled after he defected. Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, he sound like a Khaled, a little clone. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how that works out for you. To each his own, right? But I ain't know nothing about him, but I just heard that. I can, so I know Khaled. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, hey. Peace, Brother Clayton. I vaguely remember him mentioning that in an interview Eric Muhammad had on Sonetta channel, but he put it in another way. So anyway, I guess they used to be with Farrakhan. They used to be in the NOI, the real NOI, but then they didn't get their way, or they followed a personality instead of the actual messenger that God put in place. And then if you saying only Elijah Muhammad is the messenger, well, he put Elijah in charge in his absence, sat him in his seat as the Aaron, to be as the father over the house in Moses' absence. We all seen that and heard that. So, just the fact that you used to be with Farrakhan and you not no more, that says volumes. It's because Scientology, oh, for real? Oh, that we can get into all of that. I want to hear all of that. We can do that. But again, why would I give you attention if maggots and flies ain't even giving you attention? You know what I'm saying? If maggots ain't even giving you attention, that means you already a corpse. You're already a corpse. That means the maggots already had their way with you. If maggots ain't even present and maggots and worms ain't even showing up, then you beyond corpse. You beyond dead. Why do I need to talk to you? I don't talk to dead people. You know what I'm saying? I deal with the living. I don't deal with the dead. get some action, get some, get a following. That's why I even responded to Tazariak and them or Sinetta. At least they got a following. I'll respond. I'll show up. If you got a following, I might show up for a cluster full of maggots just so I can spray something on them. I might come with some fly paper here. I might got use for y'all little flies. I'm gonna use y'all as bait for other fish, for freshwater trout or something. I know, it's everything got value, but if you can't even attract maggots, it ain't no reason for me to pay you no attention. Shugel, stay safe out here, Cam. Cyber stalking is a strange world. And I know you try to stay away from these weird guys. They better stay safe. So you don't got to worry about me. Whatever happens, is with Allah, please. But that's even no disrespect to you. I know you don't mean no disrespect, but no, at this point, this season, the enemies of Allah is the ones that better try to stay safe because they're being stalked. They're being stalked. It ain't cyber stalked neither. They being the will and the power and the forces of nature stalked. That's why I'm issuing the challenges and the curses, whether they accept them or not. Like you say, those that try to steal a hearing, those devils that try to steal a hearing, but what follows them is a visible flame. It's a visible flame stalking them. Don't worry about me staying safe. No, you better worry about them. They're being stalked by these visible flame prayers and will power of, so don't worry about it. Scrolling down the river. Righteous by nature, and also the pre-Malcolm split info, as well as I thought Tazariak had better presentation. Y'all know Hercules, what's up with you? Salute, LA Zoo, much love and respect. LA Zoo, salute. Black Symphony, salute. I don't think a combo will last long because Eric has a mouth, and I know you don't take no ish. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, once I do my research, like, that's what we supposed to do as Muslims, as soldiers. You do reconnaissance, you do, study, you do some research. And what I just seen right now, like, why would I pay you attention when nobody else is? You know what I'm saying? I would be breathing life into you. This right here is breathing life into you. You getting this benefit of the doubt because I didn't know who the hell you were, and I'd be automatically giving people a A+ grade, or not even an A+, because if I know you ain't with Farrakhan, you got an F, but I'm still going to treat you the way I want to be treated until I see you can't even attract maggots. Then that's it. We don't have nothing else. This was content though, so I still can use this as content. Not saying that we conquered them or nothing, but your own hypocrisy, your own disbelief. You conquered yourself. You unalived yourself. You have absolutely no attracting power, no electromagnetic energy, no beauty appearance. You're not attractive. You know what I'm saying? At least the older dude, Kevin Ali, you know what I'm saying? He got like a little woman and look like she, but then, when you click in on that, like, hey man, what y'all doing, man? Yeah, none of that look right. That look weird and fishy all over the place. New Kim, Inglewood, Ingles tapping in. That's right, West Coast, West Side. Shugel, your words, and Cam isn't as knowledgeable as he thinks of the NOI. He only knows the point from the second resurrection, and then you laugh to go on live. I don't get it. I don't get that. Yeah, y'all can hype. That's what I thought based on the presentation. That's what it looked like to me. Okay. Well, Shugel, hop on. I don't know what y'all talking about, but I'm missing it. So here's the link. Shugel 1. Need to see you. I don't know what exactly we talking about. But if you're talking about me, don't talk about me, talk to me. Don't type about me or talk about me, especially when I'm on here live talking. Talk to me. Don't talk to somebody else about me. Talk to me about me. So there's the link. There's the StreamYard link right here. Please stop typing with each other. If it's something that you want to know about me, or something that you want to ask, or something that you want to say to me, or some presentation or something like that, now's the time to do it. Please don't argue with each other about me when I'm right here. Talk to me about it. George Allen, salute. Big George, salute. Walaikum salam. Say they don't want that smoke. Well, they got it. At this point, that people of Sodom and Gomorrah didn't want that smoke neither. They didn't want that fire and brimstone neither. But they got it, whether they wanted it or not. So that's what it is. Same day parlay, salute. Stamp busters. Reed's already cooked the Kevin Ali dude. Oh, for real? On Taharka Bay Moorish World Show. Yeah, I don't know none of that. Gerald Jackson, the captain kept putting me on timeout in the Sonetta podcast. I think it was him. Hey man, yeah, he had a wrench. Yeah, he absolutely had a wrench. Yeah, so he's a moderator over there. So they definitely in cahoots. Adrian, salute. Big Adrian said Eric said Khalil fell out with him over his policy about teaching hard against Farrakhan. If you look at Khalil's YouTube channel, every video is slander and gossip. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know they had a YouTube channel. I don't know nothing. But when I show up, like the Bible say, don't premeditate, don't be I just show up in the name of Allah and the person of Master Fard Muhammad, and in the person of Mahdi, most honored and honorable Elijah Muhammad, our Father God, our Godfather, in the name of Farrakhan. I just show up and watch them 304 up. I ain't got nothing pre-planned, nothing. I just show up. I ain't got no suit and bow tie, no costume, no Halloween FOI costume on from the 60s. No, whatever I got on, wherever I'm doing, I just gonna show up and let Master Fard Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad speak through me. And I ain't lost yet. I ain't got none of this goofy little track records of getting clowned and taking no L's and stuttering and backpedaling and tapping out in 35 years. And that's because I've been following Farrakhan. Now, if I wasn't following Farrakhan, I'm sure I would be looking goofy like the rest of these goofies. That's why I keep challenging y'all or anybody that want it. You ain't been able to do nothing with me in 35 years. I ain't got dumber. I ain't got slower. Yeah, so the challenge still stands. It's turned up now, because it ain't even a challenge about debating. It's a challenge about putting your faith, your life where your faith is, putting your life on what you claim. Y'all really don't want to do that. You didn't even want to show up for no verbals over the last 3 decades. Now I ain't got nothing to talk to you about. I want to see if you're going to be a punk and a coward and not accept the challenge of the God you claim you believe in. So it's time to just air out all these goofies, these phonies. What up with you, John?
Cam, how you doing, man? Salute.
Salute to you, big brethren. What's good on these YouTube streets?
Oh man, it's a bunch of fear in these YouTube
Fear
streets.
Factory, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, man. I've been in the YouTube streets saying, hey man, you got a problem with Farrakhan? You got a problem with this? Go holler at my big bro Cam. Oh man, I mean, bro, they got every excuse in the world, man. I'm like, yo, y'all talking big. I mean, you hit all the tonage in the voice, but I'm like, well, come on over. But they scared, man.
Man, and I ain't over here yelling. I ain't over here cussing. I ain't over here calling people out their name. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're Orthodox Muslim, Sunni Muslim, whether you're a Hebrew Israelite, a Moor, a so-called real FOI or some spin-off FOI or whatever, like, I ain't got nothing but monotone, pleasant, respectful dialogue type energy for you. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see how that's so frightening. I don't see how that's so, well, I do, because if you a faker or you a COINTELPRO or you a parasite, then yeah, you would be terrified of that. But if you just a general man, you just a man, like just be a man and just have a conversation with me.
Yeah, that's all I was saying, man. Cause I was on a brother channel last night. They were saying, "Oh, I'll cook him on this, and I'll cook him on this," and why he set Malcolm down and why Farrakhan set Khaled down. I said, "Well, go holler at the brother Cam, man. You can ask these questions." You know what I'm saying? But
well, why they didn't come cook me?
Hey, man, I've been trying, man. These brothers, they it's hot air, man. You know what I'm saying? They hot air, and then it was like, "Won't he come over here?" And I was like, "Well, I'll ask him." You know what I'm saying?
Why come over where?
Over to their channel.
Oh, that's what they want, the views. Like that's what it's about.
I don't know. I think they should. I think they just get this embarrassed to get.
I mean, I go to their channel, but they just got to have a following. If they got a following, if they got an equal or greater following than mine, then I go over there, because I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it to cook them in front of their followers.
Oh yeah, he get about 200-300 views. Like
200-300
when he go live.
views?
When he go live, yeah, sometimes 200, maybe 3 sometimes.
Oh yeah, I go over there.
Okay. I'll let him know.
Tell him as soon as possible. Like shit, tonight. if he on the night, I'll go over there right now. I get off of here right now and go over there.
Most definitely. I think what today is Tuesday. Matter of fact, he'll be going live tomorrow.
Well, just holler at him if you can, inshallah, tomorrow or earlier in the day, and let him know I want to pull up and talk about all the stuff he said he'll cook me on. Do he believe in God? What do we do? What do you believe?
He's a self-proclaimed atheist. He called himself an atheist, but he got smoked for the NOI. He don't like the NOI. He don't like Farrakhan. He from New Jersey. You know what I mean? He just
yeah. Of course. Of course.
Right. So he, according to him, he know all the ins and outs of the NOI, because they was in Jersey heavy and all this, and I said, well, hey man, he's doing a lot of talking, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah, and let him know that if it's something specific he want to talk about, because it ain't just gonna be no one-way street. I'll allow somebody to grill me, but then I'm gonna grill them back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
he'll dialogue with you. He'll definitely dialogue with
you. Yeah, even that, an atheist. Like, so what are you trying to teach? What are you spreading to black people? Like, are you pro-black? You're pro-black atheist? Like,
yeah.
Why even be pro-black if you're an atheist? And if you know the Nation of Islam, then you're not an atheist, because if I ask you like I asked the other 5150 guy that said he was born once atheist, I was like, okay, would you say that you're a god of yourself then? Like, yeah. Okay, well then you're not an atheist. You believe that yourself as a black man is your God, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's basically saying that the black man is God. The Nation of Islam theology. We don't believe in the spook God. But if you don't believe in God, then it's basically saying you believe that you are God. You're your own God, right? Yeah, that's atheism. Okay, well then that's believing that the black man is God, and you're the particular black man of your life that you believe is God. So you're closer to the NOI theology than you think. So based on that, I'm gonna cook you.
Yeah, man. These guys. Well, they claim they go by science, like the black
science?
Man. Yeah, the black man being God. They think that just the black man being God. They just think that's some type of self-esteem problem, and I've heard all this different rhetoric from them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
whose science are they basing they position on?
The whites.
So does black people have science or science history, or like he not into the Netter or Mayat and Kemet, and he not into none of that?
No. He ain't none of that. He believe
He got a white woman.
I'm not sure.
Usually when you be pushing that means you got a white woman or white children or something like that. Like you didn't jumped in the jungle fever swirl bucket, and you want to justify that. That's really what it is.
You never know. You know what I'm saying?
We all the same underneath. It ain't no black this. It ain't no like, yeah, all right. I know what you dipping and dabbling in the milk, milk and cookie. Your Oreo cookies is dipping in some milk.
Yeah, he don't believe in like the one drop rule. You know how like some people say, if you got one drop of black, you black. He don't accept that. Like, he got mad pushback against one drop.
I don't understand what he believe he black, or like he believe he's pure black. He don't got no slave master blood in his lineage. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much he's West African according to his DNA chart or something. But we know that chart show all kind of percentage of different areas. So hey man.
Well, he welcome to come over here. I ain't finna be chasing down these characters, so he welcome to come over here. But like you said, if he got so much to say, I don't know him. I ain't got nothing to say about him or his organization. He got so much to say about this one, so he should come on over here and get it off his chest. Say it to us, don't say it about us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's manhood. If you're not willing to do that, then I can't even respect that. I'm not gonna go chasing you down if you don't want it. You ain't really, you got to invite it, but you don't want it.
I don't think they want it, man, because I've been inviting them for over a week. You know what I'm saying? I've been going a week. I said, look, I'm just delivering a message. The brother asked me to ask anybody in the YouTube street if they got smoke on this and this and this. Pull up.
And what did he say?
It's always say, oh man, what's going on? What's really going on? I said, man, just pull up, bro. Just a dialogue. Just like you dropped the link and I hit your panel. I said he dropped the link and you can hear his panel.
And what did he say?
Oh man, I'll smoke him, I'll cook him. I'm like, we'll pull up, bro. And so, I didn't hit him up on Instagram. I didn't hit his pages up, but I think, I don't know what's going on, man.
Well, I mean, like I said, he ain't showed up. So I don't know what his name is. If you want to put his name out there and we can tag him or something or whatever.
Yeah, psychopatheist.
Can you spell it? Just put it in the chat, and then and put the at such and such. Maybe you pull up right in while I'm on.
All right, I got you.
Yeah. Pop Trey 2, Mischief Maker Madon. They saying Mischief Maker Madon. You mischief making? No, I'm mischief making. If that's mischief, then I'm the mastermind mischief maker. So don't blame it on Madon, Pop Trey. It's me. I'm asking him to do it. So blame me. Don't blame Madon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just smoke organized. I'm just trying to organize the
smoke. But yeah, man, I want the smoke. Pop Trey or anybody. If y'all know anybody, that's anti-NOI, that's civilized, that know how to have a civilized discussion like a man, with manhood morals, not no gossip and no female rumors or whatever, tea, like you spilling tea. I heard, like real men don't do that. Real men deal with receipts and data and facts and proof and evidence. Real men don't deal with hearsay, gossip, rumor, barbershop, beauty shop, under the dryer, reality show, TV stories and shit. Like we don't do that. I don't entertain that. So if you want to come over here and have a real manhood, discussion and disagree, we can disagree like men, but I want to hear your argument. I want to hear your receipts. I want to hear your data. I want to hear your evidence, your proof. And I want you to hear mine. This is for anybody that claims God, that claims to believe in God, or you don't even have to claim to believe in God. Anybody, you black, if you're black, this is an invite or a challenge to you. Because if you claim you're an atheist, I can prove that you're not. Because the NOI is just as much atheist as you are. We don't believe in the spook mystery ghost God. We believe that we are the God. So atheists generally believe that they're the God, right? Unless I'm missing something. So we got a whole lot in common, and we can get busy based on that.
Hey, that's 100.
Oh, there you go, Scott. Psychopath.
Psycho is pronounced. He pronounced it psychopatheist. Like he's a psycho. I guess atheist, psychopatheist.
Got you. Yeah, well, there it is. Hopefully, he'll show up. I don't know if this worked the same way as YouTube. I mean, Instagram while you live. If somebody at you, that you'll get the notification. But either way, this goes for anybody, not just him. Anybody that's watching, salute. It's 118 people, 121, pardon me, 121 people in the chat. Please hit the like button, subscribe if y'all want to see this smoke. If y'all want to see this smoke, which is a respectful, righteous, manhood type of smoke, not the messy clubhouse, YouTube, BS, so-called gang banging, so-called snitch this or violence that. We're not on that. You saw what just happened with Tazariak and Khalil Shabazz and Sinetta on Sinetta's show. You know, more of that. I ain't even got the patience to be yelling and listening to nobody yelling and over talking me. Especially no Hebrew Israelites that's known for having a bullhorn and and having somebody else next to them that's, you know, double over talking you, double teaming you on with loud yelling. I don't do that. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't even like to show up for no panel. You know what I'm saying? I just want one-on-one, and sometimes that's even hard to get certain rules of communication established.
That's real. You ain't lying, man.
Yeah. So anybody that wanted with me, I want one-on-one. I don't need no help. I don't need no reader. I don't need no dictator or whatever that you know, the person that you know, the nigga be in the corner of the screen and shit. Like, I don't need another voice echoing what I'm saying. I don't need no help. You know what I'm saying? I'm here dolo in the name of my God, and you should be too. And let's just break it on down. Let's break it on down and show and prove. Not prove that we can recite scriptures. Oh yeah, anybody can recite scriptures. That don't mean nothing. Show and prove the manifestation or the fulfillment of it. Show how you're fulfilling it or how you're applying it and how you've been more successful with it than we have. That's what I want to see. And if you can't do that, then you all cap. Matter of fact, you know, Captain Tazariak, you know, I'm a decap. I'm a decapitator. Yeah, I decap. So we can get to it. We already, you know, established that the gloves is off. So if we want to go there, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get all in the mud. I'm not going to do what, you know, God forbid what Khaled kind of slipped on and started getting into rhetoric and foul spirit and foul mockery language. I don't need to do that. All I want to get to is the challenge. If you scared to do the God challenge, if you scared to do what the Bible say, then you a punk. You a religious coward punk. And that's what warriors hate to be called, that. You know what I'm saying? If I called you that on some physical stuff, you'll want to get it in right there. Okay, we got to run it. Okay, I did that on the highest level, which is God. That's the thing you really supposed to say. Okay, God, get this demon. I just seen some stuff with one of his top general Johanna talking about exercising demons. Why you didn't exercise my demon? You said I had one.
See?
Said I had one. Why you didn't know what to do with it?
Yeah, that's real. And my thing was, he kept saying, I'm the only man on this panel. I'm like, well, why didn't you accept that challenge if you let man? You know what I'm saying? For real.
All right. Yeah. How you like your coffee? Decaf. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. It's simple. It's one simple thing to do. Everybody claiming this God is gonna curse you and God gonna destroy this. Matter of fact, let me find this. Hold on one second. Yeah, this is I think his leader's channel. Damn, where'd it go? Cult leader on. So this is no, that's not it. Dang. Let me see. I had it on my. Hang on one second. Let me find this because I need that. Now that we talking, I need that. Let me see if I can find this. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me about 60 seconds. Let me go to my history. Is that it? Oh, that's a whole lot of that. That ain't what I'm looking for. It seemed like it was, dude. Oh, yeah, there you go. Commanding General Johanna. Which means. So yeah, this is it. Let me see. Live. Was it live or was it just a video? So I seen something like he was on the street. Maybe it was I don't know what's going on with my little Wi-Fi. But my man was on the street going in about cursing demons in Baltimore, Maryland, and God is going to destroy this place and the demons and cursing the demons and all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I was just telling your student. Why he didn't do me like y'all like he was saying he was supposed to be doing. So it just was a pure contradiction. But let me find it. Let me find some. But anyway, this is it. This is his channel. Oh damn! It say at 144,000 no cowards. Oh man. Oh, come on now. Let me highlight that. 144,000 no cowards. See what I'm saying? I be kind of tuned in. God really, and this is just because I can't get the follower to take me up on that challenge. So I got to get the leader. You know what I'm saying? The Quran and the Quran will tell us fight the leaders of disbelief, because the followers, the students, the underbosses, the little capos don't want it. So let's see, do your leader want it? So when you see this Tazariak or Commanding General Johanna, I want that. I want that work that your student didn't want. I want you to take me up on that God challenge that's in your Bible. I don't want no excuses, because you talking about all of the demons that you and your God was supposed to, on the street, you casting out demons and people on the street and all that kind of stuff. Well, your student wasn't able to handle this level of demon. So I want you to handle me. Right? So that's simple. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no big ooh, like ain't nothing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I want the God to make me go ooh. I want your God to make me go ooh, okay, I surrender, I give. Or I want mine to make you do that. That's how we settle that. It ain't no tough guy pissing contest. No, this is a God contest. This is the Elijah prophet God challenge. Do not cower out. So, yeah, that's that. We'll see. We'll see if they show up or 304 up.
304. Hey, he's supposed to be the general. I mean, so
yeah,
he got an army. I mean, he got an army behind him. So
yeah, that's cool. If Tazariak is your hitter and one of your top generals and your slider, well, he got you in this. You know what I'm saying? He ran out and started something. You know what I'm saying? You got little hothead dudes that just got put on or whatever, and they go, you know, do something and get the hood in some stuff, get their hood in some stuff. So you in it now. So I'm calling that challenge. I'm calling that curse, whether you accept it or not. But I want you to accept it, but I'm already calling it whether you accept it or not. So we just see what happens. I would love for, the leader, to accept it because the follower didn't. But if the follower the leader give me the same excuse, it's still on. I already called for the curse, whether you accepted it or not. So it's either going to happen to me or it's going to happen to you within the next 30 days to 90 days, 60 days to 90 days. And if nothing happens, then, I'll stick to rapping. I'll stick to rapping. But anyway, hit the like button, hit the share this. You definitely should share this, right? Y'all like smoke. Do y'all like God smoke? Do y'all like fire and brimstone smoke? Do y'all like Armageddon smoke? Do y'all like the smoke with the real enemy? Everybody got tattoo tears full of taking out your own people. But then these people claim, well, y'all only take out your own people. The only bloodshed y'all did was against such and such, your own people, or Malcolm X and such, or Khaled. Oh, I want your leader to come tell me that. Get your leader over here and tell me that. Don't care how old he is, how young he is, where he from, who he know, what he know. Bring him over here with little brother Cam. I ain't nobody. Bring him over here. I want to show y'all something. I want to show everybody something.
Right.
Or he gonna show me something, right?
Yeah. Because to me, they going against the book. The book say contend for the truth. So if we want to see if your God is the truth or not, to me, you supposed to contend for that. So I'm like, what the brother's at? I mean, that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Killer Kev Dog. X Nilo or Nilo, I don't know what that means. I'm sure that no FOI ripped anybody a new a-hole. Check your language and stop acting ignorant. Just hop on the live with me. Because if you have that to type and you're a man, if you're a black man and you kill a Kev Dog, then you should have no problem being communication, conversation Kev Dog. How about just hop on the live, show your face like I'm showing mine. Let's have a live dialogue real quick. If what you're saying got to do with what I'm saying, there should be no excuse. This is not the time for typing. This is the time for communicating with another man like a man. Because if you're writing on somebody's wall while he's asking you to get on and talk with him like a man, then that's not manhood business. I'm leaving this up on the screen, Killer Kev Dog, because I'm guessing that you're talking about me. I'm sure that no FOI ripped anybody a new a-hole. Let's talk about it. I'm not sure I understand what you mean or where you're coming from or what you represent. So this is your time to get on here and clarify whatever you're feeling. Clarify whatever you mean. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got an issue with regarding my language. And let's see how it goes.
I know that's real. What's up with your killer? Don't turn up vanilla. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Elmatic said he's talking to someone in the chat. Okay, well, I apologize. Killer Kev Dog, but I still want you to get on here and speak your piece because I still ain't really feeling a few of those those words in the sentence, even if you was talking to somebody else. If if it was about me and no FOI never ripped nobody a new a-hole, that's absolutely false. We regularly rip people new a-holes. So now what? I got about 35 years worth of ripping new a-holes out niggas.
Man.
Verbally, you know what I'm saying? Let me be careful. Verbally.
That's right.
So there's the StreamYard link. Show up. Let's talk about it. Let's talk. It's just talk. We just talking. You just talking. Talking ain't never hurt nobody, right?
Right.
Righteous by nature, the F, the O, the I is the best. I mean, I think so. Not just because it's my feelings or I'm personally biased, but the receipts, the track record, the evidence shows it, and the current quality of brotherhood or army or nationhood, unity, it shows it. Show me somebody that's greater. Show me somebody that's more united, more wise, more healthy, you know, more knowledgeable, more progressive, more spiritual, more disciplined, more physically attractive. I'll wait.
Yeah, man, I'm just shocked that because I be in and out these YouTube streets, man, and I mean, God is like one of the main topics in the YouTube streets, like when it comes to the Israelite brothers, the different other brothers, but it's like I just don't understand why brothers don't want to put their God on the line.
Well, they don't want to talk to me about God. I ain't got to put it on the line. Like, we don't even have to really disagree that much, but you don't even want to bang your faith with me personally, with me live. I don't get it. I'm gonna go out my way to bang mine. As crazy as we sound, or is y'all believe in a UFO and the white man is y'all got? So you pray to a man that was born in 18? Like, yes, nigga, yes, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Why you scared to get on here and give me that same energy?
Right.
Because I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna break down exactly what I mean and how we do it and why we do it and all that. Now you break down what you believe in and what you pray to, and how it answers you, and what you built with that.
Yeah, that's needed. To me, I think that's therapeutic for people that's been robbed like we have. You know what I mean? That to me, that help build us up.
Man. I just want my people to show and prove. That's all. Just have a conversation with me. I sent the wrong link. Pardon me. The StreamYard link is in the chat. StreamYard link. Just click the link and you can speak. Of course, Wala Taja Khan, definitely you could speak. That's the link right there, StreamYard. You already know, just hit the link and it'll direct you to this backstage page. I just want to have a conversation, man. I just want to give people what they looking for. You're looking for entertainment. You're looking for smoke. You're looking for controversy, tough talk. Well, I don't boast in myself. I'm boasting in this God that's a black man. This black man live, living flesh and blood, live black man God. Anybody want to argue with me, disagree with me? No, God has never been on the earth. God is not like we are. He's not flesh and blood. He's not visible. He's Jesus, and he's a 2,000-year-old white man, white spirit boy man that never had a biological father, but he's God at the same time. And he prayed and cried to himself when he was on the cross and said, "Why have I forsaken myself?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you tripped him up on that one.
Big T, T Muhammad, peace, Lord and Savior, Jabel, Salam, Ariel.
Peace to the God. Peace
to the God, man. What's your thoughts on this good Tuesday?
So first of all, thank you so much for having me on your show, brother, and to your beautiful audience. And you know me personally that I don't really jump on and talk, man. But man, this is so juicy. This is
Right.
I had to get it on, brother.
Brother, I had to get it on.
If anyone seen Heat,
All right.
I'm on my Wayne Grove little grind. I had to get it on. But what I wanted to say, man, is from what the minister, his lecture for Savior's Day through Brother Ishmael, Minister Ishmael, repent for the kingdom of God is at hand. Because like with these imposters, these whoever they are, man, they just don't know what's about to happen to them when the minister leaves and departs from us. And I'm not just talking the forces of nature, but me, us. You know how long we've been on a leash?
How much volcanic pressure is built up?
You feel me, bro? We tick them time bombs, man. Of the greatest explosions.
Man,
100%
the highest of explosives.
100%. They only use 75% blowing the moon.
30.
Was it 30%?
Yeah, they only use 30% dynamite in this world.
Yeah. Fact check me.
Yeah,
we 100 with it, man. And what we doing is, we really trying to, in our unique way, get people to the faith, to the understanding. But man, when our father, when our mother minister, when he departs, man, and y'all still on this dumb shit, man. They don't know, man. Like whoever the brother that put that comment about, tearing up a new asshole, and I don't know if he was talking to someone in the chat or not. Hopefully it was, meant for righteous purposes. But man, if y'all know anything about Compton, Miles number 54, and I'm not going to get into no specifics, and there's other places around this nation, man. We follow instructions. We follow instructions. If the instruction is to do X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z is gonna get handled. With a smile on this light skinned brother.
Yeah, we all light skinned. We all
light skinned, dark skinned, Chicano, whoever. Like, yeah, that's what's gonna happen, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really believe Master Muhammad is God. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is God. The minister is on his way to be God, if not God now.
Ye are all gods,
children of the Most High. That was the main argument between the Jews.
So you saying that, not to cut you off. So you saying that we don't want to destroy our people. We don't want to see our people destroyed, but this is the last final call, olive branch before the destruction. Like, and it's not that we talking about what we gonna even do. Right. It's a long line of wolves and different type of beasts that can't wait to take chunks and plugs out of y'all.
Right. We don't understand what war and calamities really look like. So all we got to do is look at the Far East, what the Palestinians is happening in Gaza, and how the Iraqi war. So and that's why the repentance is so beautiful, and people take advantage of it, is because you really don't know what that type of calamity and casualty looks like, man. I don't want that. I don't want that. Right now I had to be thankful for the house that I have, even though I live in Texas, and the hurricane last summer messed our roof up. I got rain, water coming through the roofs and holes. And I had to check myself because the people in Palestine were still celebrating Ramadan, praying to Allah. They just got their shit blew out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm complaining about some water coming through the ceiling, man. I'm still going to Starbucks. I'm still laying in a comfortable king size bed. So the repentance, you know, man, like, you know, we just don't want to see that day that comes, because we can't erase it back.
Yeah, Once you talking tough, like you can take it or bring it on or this and that, once it's here and you see how you thought United States government shock and awe was overwhelming, and you wanted to be able to say, okay, call it back. Okay, I give, I'll see. No, it don't work like that. Once that time comes, it's like the flood of Noah. It's not gonna stop. It's consuming everything.
It's consuming. And where was y'all cats at, man? Like, I mean,
no, don't go there. Don't go there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
yeah,
we want our people to make it. We want our people to make it, right? So we know if you set in your ways, then you're not gonna make it, and you're gonna be an example for those that ain't quite as mentally dead and gone and lost as you are. Because sometimes, like in the Quran, it says, you know, after you slay them, scatter by them, you know, scatter, you know, little pieces. Right. You know, for those coming behind them will get a chilling message. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Examples are going to be made, but I'm not saying who's going to make them or how they're going to be made. I know the God is going to do it.
Right.
The God is going to do it.
Yeah.
We just leave it at that.
Yeah, but I mean, but let me interject on that. You know, in the Holy Quran, some of the aspects will be done at the believers. I mean, that ain't secrets.
Yeah, it ain't the secrets, but you know, if you already looking for a reason to try to charge Farrakhan or the nation with being this type of an organization or these domestic terror groups and this and that, and you talking about violence, like you just don't want to give them no, you know, whatever, you know, they're gonna let them trump up all the way false charges. Don't give them nothing that they can spin. You know, we ain't trying to give them nothing that they can spin. So that's why I keep all my challenges and threats on a spiritual, supernatural God power level. I don't involve no type of, you know, our hands getting dirty with nothing. Not, you know, when it's time for that, it's not going to be spoken anyway. It's not going to be, you know, but right now it's about this, a verbal, spiritual, you know, willpower, prayer, you know, the power of prayer. Since everybody into the power of prayer, nobody wants to, you know, everybody want to be Martin Luther King with it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Question: the black man that had the FY uniform. Mm-hmm. Does he claim that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is alive?
He believes he's physically dead.
What's his theology like? What's his
he claiming the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Oh, he's
yeah.
So he follow a dead man.
They follow a dead Elijah.
Dead Elijah. Okay.
That's why I was asking him, who is your leader? Like, he didn't ever tell me who his leader was, because you have to still have some structure. You still have to have some chain of command or authority. You know, FOI is a military line organization, right? The military, the men who belong to Islam in North America. So who is your superior? Who is your commanding officers, your captains, your lieutenants, or whatever? And ultimately, who is your supreme minister?
And you know what I knew what was faulty about that, brother? You don't wear class A like that, like a costume. You don't do that. You get punished.
Like a Halloween costume.
You get checked. You don't wear a class A. People see the lost found, and I don't know about your audience that understands in military etiquette.
Yeah.
You don't wear class A just to wear it for fun. Nah, it's ceremonial, right?
Yeah.
And there's some other factors that you wear something like that. So when I seen that, I said, nah. I don't know where he ordered that at.
You know, just where they cooking them up at. I don't know where they, online.
What's that Chinese? What's that Chinese site? Temu, whatever.
It's them Amazon.
Amazon.
That's the Amazon uniform. Amazon.com. You got that on Amazon.
Oh man, I'm like, well, but that's what I do. Like, yeah, you know, that's what gave it away for me. Like, yeah, nah, you don't. There's no military structure. There's no organization. You know, so no, you're right. I mean, we got to do it on a spiritual for right now.
And ain't that the safest way? Ain't that the safest way where everybody that's cowards could at least get theirs on? But this is really the most dangerous way,
right?
Because they, everybody wants to hide behind that spook mystery God that's not going to put no real-time flesh and blood demands on their life. They going to claim that the spirit guides them. And okay, well, I'm challenging your spirit right now. Like Elijah. They was running that same bullshit with Elijah in the Bible. That's okay, well, I'm calling out your spirit, God. Make lightning strike this altar right here. Then I'm going to go put hands on 450 of y'all down by the river. I don't even want to do the hands thing. Let's just be safe and do something that you're not scared of, which is just the God supernatural part of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to delete you or delete me. Just make him spank us, make him curse us in a way that we know only he could do. I can't do. Cam couldn't have did this to you, or you couldn't have did this to me. If you scared to do that, you scared to invoke and challenge, the power, prove the power of your own God publicly, like you claiming everybody else is demons and cursed and God gonna do this to us anyway. Well, make him do it right now. Right. I'm saying my God to do it to you right now, in 30 days, in 60 days, in 90 days.
Facts.
Why you punk? Why you punking out? Why you don't want no parts of that? We ain't got to get busy. We ain't got to fight each other. We ain't got to clash physically or nothing. Leave it to the God.
And the reason why I love it, brother, because I forget the actual scripture, but it goes something on the line of how will they know, or how will you know if you have been, how would they know if he's been resurrected, meaning Jesus, and we not? So I use that to say it's beautiful when our leaders that have been anointed by God to do X, Y, and Z with their rods. What about me and you? We got a personal relationship with the Lord of the world, right? And that's what this whole thing is about. It's not about one man. It's about a nation of people, right?
Ye are all gods.
Right. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we call along daddy.
Yeah.
We call along daddy.
That's
you
it.
You know what I'm saying?
And greater works shall we do. We supposed to be showing greater works than our father did. If Jesus cursed the fig tree, or cursed this people, or cast out demons, or brought people back to life after 4 days, we know that that's not fit literally. That's mentally and spiritually, but we supposed to be co-heirs, co-inherited, or with Christ.
That's right.
What's that? Whatever he did, we supposed to be calling it out too. We supposed to be found doing it too.
So let's expand for the audience what that really means. Co-heirs with Christ.
You there? You froze?
No,
Oh, you said co-heirs with Christ?
Yeah.
Co-inheritor. So an heir is a son, a firstborn son. You know what I'm saying? So if we're not the firstborn, because Farrakhan is the firstborn, or Elijah is the firstborn. So, but if we co-heirs with him, Elijah is the father, and really Farrakhan is the mother, the spiritual mother. So we're the firstborn. We're the firstborn sons and daughters of offspring.
Right. So when you're an heir of something, right, and someone's leaving you something, right, a heirlooms,
Mhm.
you know, possessions, right, passed down. What are we talking about? What are the possessions are we talking? What are the spiritual power possessions that we talking about that's being passed down to these co-heirs?
Well, you see the CIA or the government spending all this money talking about they found the Ark of the Covenant because it got some supernatural powers that's passed down. Like whoever was on the planet alive at the time that the Ark was built, they dead now. But who was that Ark supposed to be passed down to?
Right.
And we know that's just, sci-fi, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But in real life, to answer your question, we're co-heirs in the power of God. The rod and the staff. My mother and father left us a rod and a staff, 17 million of them, actually.
Right.
17 million keys.
Right. And I'm going to turn them.
I'm going to turn them. I'm going to use my rod to split a whole lot of stones.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the biggest thing for me is hearing this whole little thing is, man, these challenges, and I'm glad how you said it. Like, we want our people to get. It's going to take a whipping.
Yeah.
It's going to take. I mean, it's just what it is. It's going to take a whipping. Most of us have children. We've been children, right? Mom and daddy told us to stop with words, and we kept testing the limits. But until that belt came,
yeah,
that punishment was cool. The punishment was cool, but we found a way around the punishment. Can't go outside, you can't do this, do that. I still snuck the car out. You know what I'm saying? I still did. But when that belt hit you, that switch hit you.
Yeah. And we at the point, like you said, when you first hopped on, we at the point of so much pressure and frustration and rage and pent up aggression, pent up abuse that our people been giving us. And we was obedient. It didn't blow up because we obeyed Elijah and we obeyed Farrakhan, but then fake hypocrite, coward, fed bait type people say that the nation assassinated Malcolm. Right. No, if we heard clearly many times Elijah Muhammad saying, hands off Malcolm, don't touch Malcolm. Allah won't allow us to touch him or to unalive him, but they'll wish they was unalive after what Allah do to him. You got that all on YouTube. So if anybody did put their hands on him claiming they was one of us, that was COINTELPRO, that was CIA, but it ain't even saying that. The Freedom of Information Act declassified documents clearly say it was the FBI.
Right, and that's the whole disappointing thing with our people is, man, you don't think the government can, if they had the goods, they can end this quickly.
Right.
They can end this quickly, y'all. They can say, "Oh, we found this man, Fard Muhammad, here or there, and this and that. Yeah, we found evidence that y'all did something to Malcolm." Like, and it's being an intellectual coward. Where if you really felt that way about us, go do the research. Go pay the money. So you don't even want to spend the money to find the facts out from the government.
They'd rather be like little beauty shop females under the dryer spilling some tea, spreading gossip and rumors. They don't want to go actually to the government. Nah. They don't want to go to the graveyard and exhume the body of Elijah Muhammad. They don't want to do none of the challenges that we challenged them to do.
Right.
They want to be like little females running their
easy bag, right?
Man. They want to be like little estrogen females running their mouth. So we got mouths too. We ain't gonna run them like that. We're gonna use very short little mathematic theorem type challenges, very short words. Let's do this challenge or shut the F up.
Yeah, that's right. That part. Yeah, man. So from this encounter, beloved, I guess what's your mind frame going into completing this year in terms of getting, helping our people? What can we use from these little interactions, from these little ops, to better serve our people?
To me, I don't think the people is going to respond to nothing but terrible looking demonstrations. Just like our people don't respect nothing but money, unfortunately, they also, what supersedes money is calamities. What made people stop partying and stop worshiping the bag was the pandemic. So it's going to take chastisement, like the ministers say, teaching and talking, and I can talk to I can't talk better than Farrakhan been talking for the last 70 years. What I'm gonna tell them that Farrakhan ain't already told them? This the only thing different that talk time is up.
Right.
Talk time is up. So now when we call out, this wrath, and it happens, then they're gonna be like, y'all some witchcraft demons, or like, why we got more power than your God? Like, why does my demon individual self got more power than your God?
Right. Man.
So I know my prayers work. I know my will and my challenge, or whatever, by Allah's power and permission, by Master Fard Muhammad and Master Elijah Muhammad's permission. I know they waiting, you know what I'm saying? They waiting for one of their sons and daughters to get out there publicly and run this.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
It's not to exceed it and not be reckless with it, but if I find somebody that got a following on social media and they just dedicated to just slandering and smutting and blaspheming Master Fard Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, and Farrakhan and the nation and all that, oh man, you don't think my father want that?
All right.
You don't think my father want that? You think I don't want that? You think I ain't begged my father for the last 30-something years to let me get some of this?
Right. And I know.
I mean, I'm just my bad. I'm talking too much.
No, man. We cracking atoms, man, with the whole family on here, But it, like you just said, though, man, it's so much pent up. Man, what's the correct word? We just been under strict instructions, family.
Yeah, obedience. We've been obedient.
But that don't mean, man, we don't feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say this. Y'all take plenty of mockery. Do get it all out.
Yeah.
This your chance to. I mean, if you want to go that route, just run it up.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take plenty.
This is let me just say this again. This is your chance that run the mockery up. Because as I was taught by Brother Jabril, there's going to be a period where the hypocrites rise for a second. I can say this because he said it over the rostrum as well. So, y'all gonna look at the minister and y'all gonna think y'all can pull this and pull that off. Run it up. Run it up. If you're gonna do it, man, 10 toes down, man. Stand on your whatever your business is, man. Stand on it, man. Run it up, man. Don't go halfway in.
Yeah, do it expeditiously.
Yeah, man. Come on now.
Because we're gonna
respond. I love the challenges, man. That's low hanging fruit. If y'all think y'all God is the God, that's low hanging fruit. That's easy. That's easy money. Right? That's easy, man. That's taking candy from a baby, right?
Man, and that's the season.
No, I'm gonna call on the one that looks like a white man. Yeah, and I'm gonna call on the one that y'all thought you think is dead and did X, Y, and Z. And in the name of the one that's in a wheelchair right now, still looking beautiful and elegant, and we're gonna see. I know who I am. I was denying it for the longest. I was told who I was, and my hat fits pretty well.
Well,
So I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, bro. I just wanted to hop in. I don't really do this, man, but I was seeing it. I was like, nah, I like this. This is my type of music right here.
this the new song.
Yeah, I get on the dance floor on this type of stuff. This is my type of song. I dance. Otherwise, I'm on the wall.
Oh man. And the cold part, so this is not no physical threats of violence or nothing. What we talking about is spiritual power,
right?
That is the inheritance of us. What makes us proven to be the heirs of the true and living God is we inherit his powers, not physical violence powers. We inherit his powers of mastery and control and manipulation over the forces of nature, over the atoms, molecules, the forces of gravity, electromagnetism, strong, weak force, whatever you want to call it, 0 point energy, all of the stuff, that you think is Marvel Comics, X-Men, whatever, all of that's our natural powers that been dormant and been asleep while we've been allowing this satanic people, this Adamic race to rule for the last 6,000 years. All of that is promised to be restored and is being restored back to us as we speak.
Absolutely. So if we say it from our teachings, from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, as the holy wise scientists or the 24 scientists that bring up our history, right? We're taught every 25,000 cycles, at least 12 of the major scientists, they go among the people, right, and bring up the history. They tune into the people, and they scale up their thoughts, right? But in this present cycle, they only can see only 15,000.
15,000 years. They see every 25,000 years. I'm just clarifying because you said 25,000 cycles. They see one cycle is 25,000 years, and they see for 25,000 years into the future each cycle. And what Brother T is saying right now is the gods of this final cycle could only see up into the 15,000 years. They couldn't see no further than that. And you about to say why?
So my point, right? Thank you, beloved. You put it in that fine speech. My point is that connecting what you're saying with the God powers is this man, Master Fard Muhammad. He has finished this cycle of its history, 10,000 years of history, right? And beyond. But let's just deal with this current 25,000. He's completing the 10,000, the rest of it, the remaining part of it, right?
The last 10,000 years.
The last 10,000, right? So if he uses the same methodology, right, and he was taught by his father, that you tune into the people. What people? Right? So these new people, this new cadre of people that Master Muhammad is writing this history is could be, because I don't know, I believe, it's my opinion, tuning into a future people, right, and scaling up their thoughts. This is the present, what do they call it, the Joshua generation? You know what I'm saying? This generation that will make things happen, change things. We the ones that can connect to the God and do all things, make rain, hail, snow, earthquakes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying it from our theological standpoint, that what Master Muhammad brought for us, right? That we're going to start seeing members of the Nation of Islam in this generation doing those greater works, like you were saying, Brother Cam. You know what I'm saying? Not that we're greater than Jesus. No, but it's just when we say greater works, it's just a greater circumstance. Right.
Yeah.
And we know that
relative
circumstance, environment, and other things have a lot to do with the makeup of DNA and people and generations.
Right. So greater is a relative term, meaning more more evolved, more potent. You know what I'm saying? You can get to more people more potently, and it's all still standing on the shoulders of the originator and the guys. But we're just living in the most evolved time, the greatest expression of it all.
Right.
Yeah. I was waiting for Uncle Big Man. He said Master Fard Muhammad wasn't God. He did send me the link. So I sent the link. Oh, damn. Said, yeah, right. Just clowning. No offense. Trying to bring a psych moment like the 80s. No, that's my bro. So I trying to inspire some of y'all maggots to get on here and get y'all mag on.
Yeah, you go with that.
Oh man. Trying to get some of these parasites to bite at this bait.
Yeah,
parasites
man.
Don't want no part of this.
One of the things I love about the minister, man, Farrakhan, you know, like he said, like, hey, man, you gotta try it because we can all go home.
Right.
We can go home for real. And I love that. It's like, hey, man, if Master Muhammad ain't God, Honorable Elijah Muhammad ain't alive, he said, man, you can dismiss me. We can all go home. We
can all go bail Diddy out and get our freak on.
Oh, bro, because I said this. I said, if he ain't God, Honorable Elijah Muhammad is not who he is. I said, you can do what you want to do. It's a free fall. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to take your white Jesus.
Right.
I'm not going to take whoever say that you think is God, because guess what? I don't, and correct me, Brother Cam, and your audience, was there anyone else that came to us that said that we were God?
Absolutely not. Other than what the Bible says, and it didn't specify who we was. It said, ye are all gods. That's just like saying the slave masters was gods, because they was.
Right.
They was gods to us. But it didn't give the scientific identity. It didn't fulfill the Bible where it say he measured the earth. He didn't.
Right,
he didn't.
But I mean, like any individual that came to North America, did anyone
that said niggas is God? Nah, I don't recall. Oliver North, Iran Contra. I don't recall.
So that's my point. Like, you know, ain't nobody came for us.
Yeah,
and that's what I mean. There was people that came and taught us stuff, but what I mean by nobody came for us is, and this is very important, when someone says nobody came for us, what we mean is that our identity, our real identity. That's what we mean by nobody came for us but Master Muhammad, because he said we were God.
Nobody cleaned us up out of the sewer and the mess and the mental death and the zombie toxic sewage hell that we was in. Nobody wanted to get their hands dirty and get these toxic worms and germs and parasites that we was carrying.
No,
they didn't want nothing to do with us until after Master Fard Muhammad and Elijah already cleaned us up. Then they want to come claim that they did it, like we belong to them.
Yeah, because people are always on the least path of resistance, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's on the low-hanging fruit. They don't want to put the work in. Mm-mm. See, you can't get Farrakhan's crown because you're not willing to suffer like he is.
Say that again.
The people that want his crown, his position, or whatever he represents that they think, you can't have it. You're not willing to suffer like he did. You're not willing to pay that that type of price. The diameter of your suffering is going to equal to the circumference of the crown that you could wear, that Almighty God Allah has for you.
Oh man, say that again. Hold on, slow down. Back that up. Say that again. The diameter.
I believe the diameter of our suffering
diameter.
Multiply that by pi,
Mhm.
will be equivalent or equal to the circumference, right? The circumference
Of
of
our
the
crown.
of your crown. Look at your head. Look at the
Mhm.
circumference. It's like a halo,
Right.
right? It's a
Right.
crown that goes right here. But to get that, you got to be able to, whatever the suffering is, it's going to equal to that type of crown,
Mm.
right? So yeah, you can get a little hat. You can get a cool little fez. You know, you can get a cool fitted. For real. You get, you know what I'm saying? But you got to be happy with your fez.
Mm.
You can't get that man's his crown.
Nah.
You're
Nah.
not willing to put that type of that pain and suffering. And Master Muhammad said, take plenty. Are you willing to take plenty?
But we can't, because we ain't even old enough. We can't be 92 years old. We can't take as much as he took. It's mathematically impossible.
Yeah, and I think the reason for that is because we wouldn't be able to do it. So I found a man that could do it.
Right. I mean, but he was doing it before we was born.
But that's what I'm saying. Master Muhammad saw the future. None of y'all ain't gonna be able to do it. I found my man.
Yeah. Yeah. So just because us Johnny come lately, or this whole new generation whose parents turned hypocrite and turned against these teachings, they benefited off of it in the 50s and the 60s.
Right.
But when, had it been a near gain and a short journey, they would all have followed him. But the hard journey was too long for them.
Right.
It was too long. They couldn't endure the suffering. They couldn't endure the sacrifice.
Can you imagine? Let's take the what if stuff. Can you imagine if the nation didn't fall in 1975 and continued? Our nation would have been doomed to fall still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It would have looked glamorous, right? Glamorous, balling, this and this and that. Because before the white man, we still had our problems, right? We had our problems trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of years. So this had to happen so we can see all these defects.
Yeah. And that's what this is. That's what the purification, Master Fard Muhammad represents, the perfection of the originator, or the perfection. He is the originator in person. That's why we say Allah in the person of Master Fard Muhammad.
That's right.
So they're the same person. They're the same being, just in an updated, fully experienced expression.
Right.
So Master Fard Muhammad is the originator. The originator is in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. The originator is in the person of Elijah Muhammad. The originator is in the person of Farrakhan Muhammad, by different grades and degrees. And the originator is in the person of you. Absolutely. You and me, all of y'all. The originator is in the person of all of us. All of us are just reproductions of the originator. You're not some separate entity and we something different than what he is. That's bullshit. That's satanic lies to make you feel disconnected to the source of all life and all creation. Like you got to do some extracurricular, supernatural. Ain't no such thing as supernatural. Everything is natural. Right. God is your father. God is you a direct descendant from the originator. So we here to bust up all of that, and the mystery of God should be finished. That's how you know the seventh angel has already began to sound, because whether you take it or don't take it, love it or hate it, you can't unhear this. You are responsible for hearing what you're hearing, and that you are a God, a child of the Most High God, and you're responsible for growing up into an adult God and taking the place, or taking your rightful place as a God with the gods.
That's right.
Yeah. But we scared. Somebody taught us that's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. That's same thing Lucifer said. Lucifer wanted to be equal with God, or Jesus wanted to be equal. And like, no, we are gods. We're not equal with the originator. Like not in this current grade level of expression.
Right.
But through submission, that's what Islam means. Submission. Submit your circumstantial chatter and the noise of whatever you've been programmed with. Submit and surrender that and allow the originator God, your original most high self, to fully inhabit and fully express this unique vessel. And now you are the originator. You are the supreme being in the flesh in your lifetime.
Right. And that's just mathematics.
But who taught you that was the biggest crime, spiritual crime you could commit, and then your soul gonna burn forever if you think that. If you think like that, that's eternal damnation. Your soul gonna burn in hell forever if you think what you just said, Cam. Look at that mind effing. Who mind effed us like that in the name of Jesus?
That's almost on the lines of the slave master, right? Teaching the slave their relationship with God, that you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't talk to God. You know what I'm saying? You can't be God. You know what I'm saying? God comes to, and it's all through the scriptures, to make the student, the pupil, the child into himself.
To make the slave, to make the tail the head, to make the bottom the top. You know what I'm saying? To make the slave the master. You know all of that. You think that's supposed to happen after you physically die. Right. No, it's happening right now, and you scared to death to be a part of it because your satanic influencer or handler is threatening you with poverty or threatening you with violence or threatening you with death. You already dead. If you scared, you already dead. You a living zombie coward. If we scared to accept that and go against the grain, you know what I'm saying? You know these people is your enemy. We fresh off the Fauci juice. We fresh off the pandemic, fresh off the lies of Biden and Kamala Harris and everything else that you believed in other than your black God self.
Right. Man.
But why do we fear now that we big men?
Come on. Yeah, man, you tuned into me because I was going to ask you. There's a lot of engram trauma going on. You know what I'm saying? And when you went right to C1, right, man, there's a lot of trauma, man. There's a lot of trauma amongst our people. Bad experiences, right? Bad experiences, man, from bad childhood, right? Bad experience being bullied. See, them cats that I see got bullied.
Yeah.
He got bullied.
They got abused.
They got abused, man.
Yeah.
It screams to me like, yeah, they got bullied, man. And this is their only way to feel empowerment to talk, express. Right.
To retaliate or to lash back out. And that's why we don't want them to be destroyed.
Correct.
We want to understand them, but if you get too,
if you see the limits,
you see the limits, then you have to get chastised. I'm not saying you have to be killed.
Right.
I don't want that. I don't want that. That's why I said let's do the safe challenge. Like I'm just telling you what the books say. The books say, tell them invoke death. It don't mean that I don't want to die. I know y'all don't want to die, but it's just saying test them and watch them punk out every time. It says they'll never invoke it. They'll never accept your challenge. I didn't know that until I tested it. I thought you was going to be crazy, 5150 like you was on everything else. I didn't know you was going to punk out on that one, but the Quran said you was going to punk out and you punked out.
Man, cold business, man. And
so let's break it on down to not death. Let's just do curse. You scared to do a curse. Yeah. Yet you on the street corner talking about everybody cursed. Talking about God is going to wipe out everybody. Like, well, you can't take what you dishing out.
Yeah. That's not good because the lens I'm looking at now is that type of person's trying to hedge their bet, right? They don't want to go all the way. You feel me? So you kind of trying to hedge your spiritual bets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Right.
don't want to go that far.
Right.
I got some money over here too. I got some spiritual money over here too.
Yeah, until that trading platform press you and make you're gonna have to commit to something. You know what I'm saying? It's a call,
Get a red
margin
candle.
call. It's a
Yeah,
margin
you're gonna
call
get a red
now.
candle.
You know what I'm saying? Randolph and Mortimer Duke, nigga, it's a margin call.
You better hope Eddie come back with $100 bills on the next episode and bail y'all out.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
what we hear.
That's the right spirit, bro. I'm glad you said that, because ultimately, it's still the season of repentance, and that's what made Jesus so remarkable, because he knew what was coming, right? He knew the horror that was coming. And when a man sees that type of event coming, he's not ego tripping, right? He's willing to take a slap, spit in the face. The God himself took a smack in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? So when you see that type of horror coming, and you have that type of love for the people, you not really, from his assignment, his Minister Farrakhan's assignment, he can take that abuse, because, man, once he goes, it's immediate.
And to confirm what you're saying about the horror of it and the irrevocable finality of the horror, once it starts, you can't wake up from it. You can't shake it off.
No.
I don't know how many of y'all ever, was present or participated in the unaliving, or was present to witness the unaliving of a human being, especially in a violent, brutal manner where they body parts or some part of their body or their head was disfigured or something. You might even watch them old, like India, a lion, a elephant trainer in India or something, and then the elephant just trip out all of a sudden and just be goring the little dude, or smashing him, and you know what I'm saying? If you there and you know that you can't reverse that, there's nothing you can do to reverse that. You're hearing the screams, and that's somebody that and you see them just get, dismantled like that in a short amount of time. The first thing you're gonna do is throw up. First thing you're gonna do is throw up. If it's somebody that if it's, if you witnessing it, and you seeing and you hearing all of the sights and the sounds of that, and that's just one person, one episode. Imagine nonstop that get down,
man.
And it's by, if it's by your enemies, if it's by the slave masters' children, descendants, that's one thing that might spark retaliation and a warrior spirit. But if it's by your own righteous people,
right, that
is way colder than the serpent. Like the Bible say, be ye, wiser than the serpent and more humble than the dove. But when it's go time,
right,
nobody is more cold-hearted. There's no cold-hearted beast colder than the lion when it goes up.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
The lion gives no F's. No. The lion was minding his business, being a righteous, trustworthy king or queen of the jungle. But you keep playing them hyena games, keep playing them jackal games, or them, warthog games or whatever. And he you get them lions activated. You cannot stop them. They're not going to stop until all the hyenas is laid down. You know what I'm saying? All your friends and families, everybody, and there's not going to be nothing but vomit and red plasma fluid.
Up to the horse's bridle.
So nobody is that tough. Nobody is that tough, but the gods and the angels that do that. I'm not that tough. I might got an issue with one or two people, but I don't think I could take just nonstop that
right
for like 3 years of shit straight. Like, I don't think I could.
And that's why I use the word, and I'm trying to master the words. That's why I try to use the word horror.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you see these scary movies, that's like one night. I be thinking like, man, did I was that over a course of a week? It's one day of just just nonstop, just harassment.
Yeah.
So can you imagine that for 3.5 years?
Or just regularly, just you, like, if you see that once, if you see somebody get unalived like that and you there, or you might be, low-key unwittingly or unknowingly participating in it, or you with somebody that does that, or you with somebody that gets done to right in front of you, that's gonna traumatize you more than all of that one incident gonna follow you the rest of your life. Just imagine if it's nonstop.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. Like, this regular now.
Man.
This is the regular lifestyle. This is what people in Afghanistan and Libya and Palestine and all this what they have to live through. You think it's not going to come here and happen to you in the worst way?
Man. And I was just thinking about a couple of years ago in Houston when that whole I think it was a church's chicken or something. It was a new chicken sandwich, man, and people was fighting over chickens.
Sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about some way out, like And then with COVID, people was going crazy over sanitary,
toilet tissue.
Toilet tissue. I'm like, man, we ain't seen nothing yet. Ain't seen nothing yet. I said, because guess what? It's one thing when you don't have no money, right? And the law of self-preservation kick in. You're gonna do what you got to do to get what you need from the store. Now, it's one thing when the store don't have nothing on the shelves. What you gonna do then?
Right. And the key piece, did you happen to at all see the last live or little clip I did, I think yesterday, about parasites?
Yeah.
Parasites, comparing parasites with actual demons.
Right. I was thinking about that earlier, just seeing the little, when you blow up those parasites, man, they look straight like monsters.
Straight little dragons, right? So that's also going to factor in when Farrakhan leaves, right? Famine and pestilence, plagues, right? Demon infestations,
right?
Whatever we've been, because stress is going to unlock all of the gates of these parasites and demons. Stress breaks down your immune system and allows you to become susceptible to everything. So if the stress is so great that it's going to turn little children's baby's hair is going to be gray from the stress, what do you think a parasite infested adult going to be going through?
That's right.
You will see men as drunk, but they won't be drunk.
Right.
They're going to be zombie molded out the game, insane, 5150, schizophrenic, psychotic, because of the demon infestation, the parasite possession of the horror of that period. It ain't going to be no antibiotics that can save you. It's not going to be no protocol that can save you. Straight demon overrun zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, because the science, like every life form, is designed to live and survive. Right? So them parasites, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they not trying to, they ain't trying to be taken out.
No, they intelligent. They didn't last it as long as the originator has lasted. They've been here as long as the originator, but we created a different environment for them to thrive once we started, crossbreeding and mixing genetics and germs. So now certain bacteria and viruses that was never allowed to cross, whatever. Right. That happened. So, but even these tough guys like, man, shit, I got guns, I got ammo, I got this and that. You ain't got more ammo than them parasites in your body. I bet you your guns can't get rid of them parasites and them worms in your body, them bacteria, that viruses, and that depletion of your vitamins and minerals that the stress of the hour is gonna cause to you. You're gonna go insane just like everybody else.
That's right. That's right. The anxiety of that day, man, it's the weight of it. It'll crush you. The weight of that type of anxiety. Wow.
And that's why the Father said, my followers ain't gonna get caught in that. You know what I'm saying? At the height of the persecution, we can't witness that. We're not made to have to witness that, because even if we don't get, even if we not the ones that is happening to, we ain't. It's a chastisement for us to even have to witness that. We won't hear the faintest sound of it. That's according to the Quran. So hell is going to be going on, and heaven or the garden or peace, where we ain't going to hear the faintest sound of it. So I don't know where we will be, but we ain't going to be in it.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But if you ain't with Farrakhan, then you might need to get ready for being in it.
Man,
I'm just telling you, you take it or leave it. Just like Noah.
Leave it.
Yeah. We just talking that Noah talk. He's just talking about building a big ass boat in the middle of the desert. Of course, we sound crazy. Of course. Right. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't sound crazy.
Yeah. But we got to get the blood off. Got to get this plasma off, man.
the DNA before they switch to mRNA. Trying to get this mRNA off our hands.
But you know what, too? And I'm glad you said it like that, because that's the spirit that we have to go out with, that with the horror that we believe that we see coming has to do something to our spirit, where, continue the repentance talk, right? Because, man, it's like you said, man, once the term is fixed, man, I don't got no more tickets, man. I'm all sold out, man. I don't got no more. They all sold out.
Got no more passes.
I don't got no more, man.
And
you can't counterfeit it either, man. It's a cold dude at that door, man, checking all that.
Man, the Quran says, seek not to hasten on that hour. Seek not to hasten. Be careful. Don't pray and try to kick off and pray to rush the judgment or rush the chastisement, because when it's here, you're gonna wish you was nowhere around it, because it's not gonna stop. It's not designed to stop. It's not designed to give nobody a break. It's designed to be the most terrible, horrible, imaginable horror, not movie, horrible experience in the annals of history since there was ever life in the universe.
So that's what I was going to say, beloved. Like, everything that we've been through, we haven't even been chastised yet. Well, what part in the Holy Quran says that as long as he was in our midst?
Yeah. I would not chastise them as long as while he was among them.
We haven't even felt anything. This might have been, this year and last year might have been the only year for me personally that I really went through something that I kind of felt like, dang, it was pretty tough.
Yeah.
Man, it was like back to back, to back. But other than that, nah, man, easy peasy.
Man.
But like you said, that when the chastisement is, whoa. And we've been through all kinds of floods here in Houston. Right? And tornadoes and things of that nature. But I mean, I'm saying all that to say that, yes, we're going to always be on the defensive when someone is mocking our Lord. and trying to challenge us like that, but it's still going to be rooted in, man, we're going to usher this call to repentance, because, man, like, I don't want to see you have to go through that. You brothers, if y'all check this out, I don't want to see y'all. I don't want to see no 6-foot monster, half human, half insect, scratching at your door trying to get in. I'm serious, man. Like, man, y'all can laugh at that and say what y'all want to say, but man, the chastisement is a grievous thing, man.
You already see what the human parasites have begun to do.
Right.
Fauci, and his camp. If the God that you believe in allowed Fauci the green light, Fauci and his camp to do what they just did, and they've been doing it, degree by degree, over the last few decades, starting with HIV and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But if we see now that it's on such a global scale that is, it's forcing you have to go take this such and such, which, allegedly involves snake, the fluid that comes out of snake's fang. I got to be careful about what I say on here. Go research.
That's right.
Research what that gain of function viral concoction ingredients is.
Okay.
It's literally, according to what was just discovered, or what was just uncovered, I should say, allegedly has to do with king cobra venom and crate snake, poisonous Asian crate snake venom. So those things have to do with what allegedly what was in the China Wuhan situation, and what was in the Fauci juice. Snake, serpent, the serpent venom. That's not a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? So if God allowed that to happen on such a widespread scale, what is he going to do? What is he going to do? This is what he letting the devil do. What is he going to do?
Right. So, man, you tuned in because when you mentioned God, I wanted to ask you this, because the devil can't do nothing, right? He works for God.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This is all about God 101. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my question is, because we got to be super mature, intelligent in how we approach God and question him, right? About why, God, man, why you allow us to be enslaved? Why, God, you allow us? Why you allow Trump? Why you allow COVID? Why you allow X, Y, and Z? Because our people, they're gonna experience something where they're gonna unfortunately curse God, I believe. Not having the supreme reasoning on why God does what he does. Can you kind of speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, and that's called being destroyed for a lack of knowledge, the knowledge of the laws of God, the laws of creation, the laws of nature. We've been taught a microwave desire philosophy by the slave masters that things are supposed to go the way we want it to go, even though we wasn't present when God went, or the originator went through however eons and trillions of years of time and loneliness and study and whatever to bring this creation to where it's at. But we get to just be born in it. Everything is already here. Beautiful sunsets, beautiful beachfront properties, flowers, trees, butterflies. Everything is already here, prepared for us, and we didn't have to do nothing. We didn't have to suffer, sacrifice, pay no price for none of it. So we are spoiled, and we lack knowledge. Of course, we lack patience and understanding. We lack value. We don't appreciate things because we didn't have to suffer like God did to bring them here. So God wants to make us into mature guys. We all babies with poor understanding, no patience, no real appreciation. So as we grow, he got to make us in principle suffer or experience in principle the same things that he had to experience when he brought all of this into being alone. He had to even create a mate for himself. He had to look into himself and find a companion, somebody to keep him company. And he called it woman. He called it his second self. But then, that's when he started calling himself we. Part of the book he says I, but then, most of the book he says we, because he's talking about him and his second self that had to go through all of this. So if us as his children, we got affluenza. We got the affluenza disease. We too spoiled. Even though we in hell, we still spoiled. Like the Bible say, they robbed and spoiled. Like we destroyed, robbed, and spoiled though.
Hey, that's hold on, man. That's wild. Hold on. I got robbed.
Robbed.
And I'm spoiled.
And spoiled at the same time.
Whoa. How you do that?
Man, that's
how does somebody pull that off?
That's the teachings of the God. The God had to teach Satan how to do us like that.
Yeah, that's a cold one.
Robbed, right? Robbed, meaning robbed of a knowledge of self, robbed of physical, mental, spiritual, moral, and then spoiled, then fed immature, impatient, vain ideas and desires, gas you up with vain desires and say, yeah, you deserve this, you deserve that, you shouldn't have to do this, you shouldn't have to go through that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we just was fresh off of 400 years of getting ran through.
Right.
By the slave master. Now you spoiled all of a sudden. Like,
yeah,
he definitely slipped you a Mickey, because I don't know how a descendant of slave is going to be spoiled.
I wonder what chapter of the Theology book was that in.
Right, that had to be the Fatiha. The opening. They had to repeat that 7 times a day or something.
Dang.
Yeah, that's a trick I ain't never seen. But yeah, man. But yeah, this is about the ops. We don't want our black ops to be destroyed. We want the falsehood that they, and the demon possession that they carrying to be destroyed.
Right.
But we don't want them to be destroyed. So I do want to hasten on whippings. I do want to hasten on, certain punishments or chastisements, or like the Quran say, and we seize them with distress and affliction, that they might humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways. Perhaps they may mind and change their ways. So I don't say I want you to be seized with unaliving.
Right.
I want our Father to whoop your ass.
That's right.
And you should want our Father to whoop my ass if I'm a rebellious, son that's going against the real Father. If your God is the real Father, and we over here teaching this Islam, this Elijah Muhammad, whatever, and messing up the minds of our Father's other children, you supposed to pray to your God to whoop my ass and whoop all our ass. It don't mean you want to kill us, because I'm praying he whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? Why are you scared?
Right.
We both claim that we want to do the will of the Father, but then you claim we don't even serve the same Father. Okay, well, really whoop my ass then, because I'm over here calling some other nigga daddy. I'm calling some white man my daddy.
Right. Right.
You supposed to whoop the shit out my ass.
Right. 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 Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, man. Any I'm on here 2.5 hours, so man.
I'm gonna leave off here, brother, and I'm gonna continue to listen in the background.
Man, much love, brother T, OG from Compton Miles 54, one of the main brothers on the back cover of was that the Death Certificate album? One of the main. Let me just leave that alone. Yeah, very, very good dancer. Very one of Darren's dance moves. Dance teachers. But yeah, I guess that's about it. Unless y'all, it's something that y'all want to speak on, or y'all want me to speak on. Salute, Big Rube. God could ask, why did you allow it? Right. Instead of us asking, why did God allow it? God can ask, why did you allow it? Because I put myself in you. I gave you the potential and the capacity and the ability to be, little guys and to grow up and control the forces of nature, or control the earth. Like the Quran said, I made the heavens and the earth subservient, obeisant to you. I made the sun subservient to you, the moon, the stars, the earth subservient to you. Why you didn't stop it? Why did you allow it? So you're absolutely right, Rube. Madon.
Yo.
You still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm still in the building, man. That was a good build, man. You know what I mean? Y'all was going in, man. And y'all had me laughing too, man. Y'all said, you know what I'm saying? Because especially like when you say, I want my God to whoop your ass, like, yo, that's
yeah.
So good, you know.
It just replace the word God with daddy.
Yeah.
I'm either your brother that's effing up the house, effing up what we know our good father did, or you the one effing up the real father. I'm either the one that's worshiping and doing the work of the real father, who our real father is, and you faking, you over there, praising stepdaddy, you over there giving all of the credit and praise to some stepdaddy, or I'm giving the praise and credit to some stepdaddy. Either way, one of us need our ass whooped by the real daddy. And that's what I'm praying for.
Hey, man, I can dig it, man. That's real. You know what I'm saying? I feel you coming from, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, that's where we at. That's the standstill within the Black nation. What is God? Where is God? I mean, that's what I hear. You know what I mean? Wherever I'm at, you know what I'm saying? People still looking for God. Some people think they found it. You know, everybody got their, well, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's really talk about it. And to me, that's what you're doing, man. And I appreciate that to the fullest.
Man, and not just let's talk about it, let's prove it. Let's prove it. The Bible say prove all things. And if the Bible gives you an example about how to prove certain argument, if y'all come to a stalemate, and if it's that serious, prove it like Elijah proved it. At least the 450 Baal prophets had testicles. They actually accepted Elijah's challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is your excuse? If you claim in the Bible, or you claim in the Quran, and you won't accept this challenge that both the Quran and the Bible say you're supposed to do once you reach this impasse, once you reach this stalemate, and you're doing it in the public and you publicly slandering your God ain't the real God, then why the hell are you scared? Why are you scared when Elijah wasn't scared? He went up against 450. You just going up against me.
You know, Moses
why
wasn't
are you
scared.
scared?
You know, Moses wasn't scared. I mean, he hey man, when you look at the book, he went against Pharaoh and all his magicians, and I mean,
I'm saying
that took some heart.
But it's just one-on-one. So, we even. We're on even playing field. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you punk. I'm doing all the stuff Muhammad Ali used to do to his opponents. You ugly. You a big, ugly, slow bear. You never beat me. You too slow. You're such a, like, I'm trying, everything I get can try to get you to take the fight. You know what I'm saying? And you still won't do it. No, man. My teaching said this, and no, you got a demon, and you know what I'm saying? You're not a real, your own FOI. You can't even get along with that. Don't worry about that. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Don't bring up nobody else. Accept my faith. Accept this God challenge that's in your Bible. If you don't, you're a punk. You're a religious punk.
That's a fact.
That don't mean you can't physically fight and all this kind of like, no, that don't matter. What matters? What good is you being able or wanting to physically fight somebody when you're spiritually a punk? You don't trust your own God's spiritual power.
Yeah, because it's shocked. Well, I've been knowing the brother Tazariak for a while, and it kind of shocked me that when you asked him about that challenge, the brother just did a whole bunch of huffing and puff diddying. And I'm like, yo, what's going on over here, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought they would be happy to take that challenge.
He said I was a demon. He said that was a horrible idea. He said that was a horrible thing to say.
Yeah.
Why was that a horrible thing to say when the most prestigious prophet that showed up with Moses at the Transfiguration showed up with Jesus? It was Moses, it was Elijah, Moses, and Jesus, I believe, and Mount Tabor. You know what I'm saying? The Transfiguration. And then Elijah is the one, like I said, never even experienced death. Went up into, God took him into heaven in a whole body and soul in a wheel. You know what I'm saying? Why would you not copy his challenge if you claim him? That's Old Testament Elijah. That's Hebrew Israelite Elijah. Why would you not copy? Why would you call what he did horrible? Because what he did was horrible than what I'm asking for. You made it like, dude even made it worse. Like, yeah, after that, after they couldn't call fire down, he took him down and damn. That's way more horrible than what I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's way more demonic against his ops than what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he ain't making no better when he read that, man. I was like, oh, why you even read that, bro? He just, oh, man.
There's no way out. There's no way out of it. You, because it's. I still called for it, so I still already prayed for it. So it's on as far as I'm concerned. You just looked like a punk for not accepting it, and I still ran it, right? I still ran it, and I still, marked my calendar and marked my clock. So that's a terrible look. It is horrible. It's a horrible look.
Yeah, man. They supposed to be the 144,000 no cowards. Like, what's happening?
And that's the easiest way. But I know something about mental and spiritual fear though. I know, I just know something about it. And I know a little bit I've experienced, because I didn't have my mind turned inside out. I didn't have the power of the God, the physical flesh and blood God that was able to turn my mind inside out. I know that can happen because it happened to me before. And, I've been experimenting and fasting and praying and trying to be obedient to my God to let me, learn how to do that to enemies, and that happens. It works. It works. So no matter whether you decline it or not, you're not going to be able to escape from it. And especially if you keep hearing me talking about it, you're going to go to sleep worried. You're going to wake up or worried. You're going to be, showering worried. You're going to be on the toilet worried. You know what I'm saying? Because there are human beings that have power over your mind. There's human beings and this is what we don't like. We don't like the idea that there are human beings that have authority over us. Human beings. We want to say that it's spooks. No man can judge me. Ain't no man. No, that's false. Men absolutely judge you. God is men. His angels are men and women. And they absolutely have power and authority over your mind, over your soul, over your body. No, ain't no man got no mind. Why you scared then? I can prove it to you. And it's being proven as we speak. Because whether a person accepts the challenge or not, that's not going to stop God or his angels or his prayers. Like if his servants pray a certain thing and God accepts his prayer, it don't matter whether you accepted it or not. People of Sodom and Gomorrah didn't accept no certain prayer challenge from Lot. Shit. They didn't have nothing to do with that. The people of Noah didn't accept a prayer challenge from Noah.
Right.
That was between him and Noah. Noah prayed. The people of Moses, Moses prayed, man, F these people. God, you know what I'm saying? I tried and they calling me crazy and they mocking you and saying you this. God, he like, I gave you a rod. Why you asking me? This God talking to Moses and Aaron. I gave you a rod. You know what I'm saying? I gave you authority and I gave you a rod, and I told you go you both to Pharaoh. Why you crying to me? You know what to do.
Oh, so
You better test out that rod I gave you.
That's why I said that rod and that staff shall comfort thee.
Yeah, do we know what that means? We think that's some old Charleston Heston white man walking through, you know what I'm saying, the desert and shit. Nah, that ain't what the rod and the staff is. That ain't what that is. That ain't what that means.
It make it more make that verse make more sense now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And how you broke it down. Like that's because I had a spooked out version at first. So you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I just want y'all to feel comfortable. I want y'all to be secure. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all faith to be made firm. The faith in the reality of God and that you are his beloved and you do have power and you do have a rod and a staff and you do have keys and you do have a potential crown that's waiting for you if we change our life and clean our life up. We got action at all of that while we live. I don't care what dirt that we did. But if we don't change, if we don't repent, if we don't turn from our wicked way and seek his face, not his spirit imagination. No, he got a face. He looked like something. Right? If my people, not all people, if my people, which are called by my name, right? He getting super specific. Will turn from their humble themselves and turn from their wicked way and seek my face. How the hell I'm gonna seek your face if you ain't never been to earth? You ain't never been on the earth. This shit. So, and turn from your wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, you know, heal your land. I forgot the rest of it, but this is your power. You have the power. I don't believe in no spooks. I don't believe in no ghosts. I don't believe in no external entities somewhere in space for God. No, my kingdom of God and my power of God is within me. So I'm going to test it. What I got to lose? I was born in hell. I'm a black man of descendants of slaves of North America, West Coast street, poor, sickly little nigga. What do I got to lose? What do you got to lose? It ain't nothing but gain. Even if I die, even if, somebody going to benefit, somebody going to learn what not to do. Well, don't do it the way Cam just did it because he just got cooked. He just got struck by lightning 3 times and shit in one place. You're going to learn something. And I don't mind sacrificing myself for it because life ain't been heaven for me anyway. I ain't missing nothing. I don't love this life. I don't love what y'all love. I don't fear what y'all fear. I don't want what you want. I'm just here waiting. I'm just here trying to be patient and enduring all this BS until I can exercise what I think God gave me to be able to exercise.
Yeah, it's real, man. When you and the brother was talking, y'all was talking about us as a people being robbed and spoiled, and it just made me think. I was like, yeah, it's like, damn, it's like I was exactly right. It's like they pacifying our hell, or we're allowing them to pacify, well, some of us allowing them to pacify our hell.
Man. So my thing though for us right now is identifying the real enemy and the Satan, which is parasites. I'm gonna keep on going more, I'm over this over and over and over again. Y'all fast and clean up your diet, and do a parasite detox. Get rid of the heavy metals in your teeth, the silver metal fillings and the caps and the crowns, and do a heavy metal detox, and then do a parasite worm detox, because that is the microscopic or origin or foundation of these macro human species parasite demons that's influencing us on the outside. Is because they know that they have helped set up the environment for infestation or demon possession or parasite possession on the inside. That's absolutely what causes so much of our insanity and all the things that people say, when you got a demon, you can't reason with them, you know what I'm saying? They need to be on medication and all that. No, they need to be exercised of their parasites. Then you need to find out what, like wormwood, that's in the Bible. Wormwood kills parasites. Black seed oil, oregano oil, garlic, very much so, garlic and silver. Matter of fact, ionic colloidal silver. Y'all can hit my website. You already know about that. But that is the first and that is the foremost war I think that we need to be fighting. Because we already have heard who the devil is and all of that, but we don't know how the devil is controlling us from within. Even though this pandemic was terrible, but it opened the door for different ideas regarding G5 and nanotechnology and EMF and different stuff that now is on our radar. Now we open to the suggestions that damn, they doing this to our DNA, or they doing this to our internal organs. Even whether they are or not, it's good that you believe that they are, because now you can do some preventive or retaliatory measures regarding your own health, regarding what you put in your body. So I think that if y'all do more and more research, because the root of so much disease, we used to ask ourselves, like, these diseases we didn't suffer these diseases in slavery. It wasn't none of this. It wasn't all this cancer and all this virus, H1, this and that, and blah, blah, and all this. It was none of that. Mm-mm. But it is now. So that's a parasitic environment. That's an overgrowth of worms and parasites and bacterias and candida and fungus. That infestation in your gut. And when that gut gets infested like that, it causes psychosis, schizophrenia, bipolar, depression, panic, anxiety, grief. It causes all of that. It's impossible to reason with you at that point, because if you panicking and you confused and it's hell, even though you panicking, it's hell, and you can't control it because worms is in your brain. Parasites is in your brain. Parasites is blocking your lymphatic system. They blocking your thoughts. They blocking the ability of the fluids and the electricity or whatever to flow correctly and balanced throughout your brain. Your chemical balance is off. It's a neurotoxin environment. That's from parasites. We all have them. We all have parasites. We all have worms. We all have candida bacteria. We all have these overgrowths of fungus. It's not your fault, but it's your fault if you don't do something about it now that I'm telling you. If you don't go find the natural herbs and change your diet, that's on you. I'm giving you the cheat code. I'm giving you the way out. I'm giving you the solution. You can take it or leave it. Because if you don't take it, then the outside parasite is going to eat you up.
Man. Hey, man, I was going to say this real quick. I was at work when you went over that last night, man. I got up. By the time I got up, you was already off. When you was going over the parasites. And it reminded me of when I was watching, I don't know, was it Nature Channel or National Geographic? It was years ago. Mm-hmm. But it was I don't know, was it a wasp or some type of spider? It was some type of thing, but what it does, it put its larvae inside the ant head.
Absolutely.
And it's a parasite and it controlled ant. You saw that? I was like, it kind of put me in the mind of that when you was going over that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's another predator, and that becomes, those larvae become parasites. Yeah. Right? Larvae of parasites, and parasites ain't just worms. They're different type of parasites. There's microbes, pathogens, or whatever, on the bacterial level or on the viral size level. But most of that bacteria and viruses are byproducts of parasites. It's the parasites that produce the viruses and the bacteria through their feces or through their boo-boo, like, what I'm saying, or through the chemicals that they excrete when they laying their eggs, or the little biofilm, whatever that's over the eggs. You know what I'm saying? All of that is toxic. All of that is neurotoxins. If you know anything about the nature of venomous spiders or venomous snakes, it's neurotoxins. You know what I'm saying? That's what causes, the spike protein or the cytokine storm and all of that. Your body is trying to fight that off, but it hides itself in a biofilm that it can't get to it. So, like my bro say, black walnut hull for parasites, black walnut hull, and really the green black walnuts. Black walnut works, period. But even more specific is the green black walnut hull, and then cloves, all the stuff that's you hear it in the Bible, in the Quran, cloves, ginger, garlic, what else? Wormwood. I said earlier, black seed oil, lemon balm, turmeric and black pepper. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff, but I'm just saying, go to war. It's plenty of ammo. Y'all like to go to the range. Y'all like to buy different kind of guns. I mean, Blicky, excuse me. Y'all got a whole closet full of different. Why you ain't got a whole cabinet full of different herbs? Fighting the real op, the real enemy. You got all this ammunition for niggas, or you know what I'm saying, but you ain't got no ammunition for them demons inside your body. You ain't willing to spend no money on that.
And that's so real.
Just something to think about. I'm going to war with the real enemy in me first. I don't need to go overseas, or I don't need to go across town, with the ops or no, my first war is right here in this chair. You know what I'm saying? Where I got my little products that I've been taking for the last day and a half since they showed up. Yeah, I'm fighting my own little jihad, Armageddon, holy war right here in this chair. So when I come outside, I got energy to fight the external devil.
What do you think about what is it, cayenne pepper?
Oh yeah, cayenne for sure. Cayenne, absolutely. Cayenne is great for the heart and dilate the blood vessels and the arteries. So cayenne pepper, absolutely.
Word.
Yeah. Cayenne pepper is great. Especially for people with heart disease, stuff like that, and literally can stop a heart attack in motion. Like if you're suffering a heart attack and I personally keep the thing of water and cayenne pepper on the side of my bed. So if I feel like anything, like you get a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper in water and put it together and shoot it back. Yeah, it'll burn and all of that, but it's going to dilate. It's going to open up everything. You know what I'm saying? And that literally can stop your heart attack while in motion.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that, bro.
Mm-hmm. So why not know this? Like, we know basketball stats. They can tell you about Kobe and when he came out of high school and all, like every shot he ever made, but we don't know nothing about how to keep ourselves healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so real, bro. You hit it head on, man. A lot of our priorities just in the wrong spot. You're right.
We destroy for the lack of knowledge of God. We got knowledge of everything else, but the right thing.
Yeah, that's real, man. For real.
So that's all I'm on here, and I be always over talking you, Madon, is because I just want to inspire us to do what I'm doing, what you doing. Just do it. Just become scholars of ammunition, natural ammunition for our own health. You know what I'm saying? You're going to stumble across some kind of combination of something that I don't know nothing about. And you're going to be like, man, this shit knocked out blah, 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 like blah, blah, like for real? What was it again? That's what we need to be doing.
Yeah, you're right, man, because I, growing up down here in Bama, my grandpa used to do all kind of things. Like she used to get pine needles, pine needles and honey. Like in the wintertime, you had a cold or anything, she'll boil the pine needles and make it like a tea. So you're right. This is definitely what we need to be on, man.
Yeah. And that way, I think the whole demonic stuff that we going through with each other would dissipate. You know, I wouldn't need to be on certain energy. I wouldn't need to be calling out certain people and all that, and they wouldn't be feeling the need that they got to talk slick and bad and slanderous about us. All of that's demonic. You know what I'm saying? All of that's demonic. You can't find one bad deed that Farrakhan did, the nation did. Why is it demonic? Because it don't agree with your doctrine. It don't agree with your interpretation of the Bible. What is the works? Where's the evil works? So if you want to use your airtime to call people demons and PDF files and white people, white gods and all that kind of stuff, then okay, all right, you calling for it. Be careful what you ask for, because you're gonna get it. So the people that I did say that to are gonna get it. You know, I can't tell the God what to do. I mean, I asked the Father, you know what I'm saying, to do what he please and what he wills, and help me understand what grade level of chastisement or proof or cursing or whatever that I should be asking for based on what you do. Based on what you do to that quality or that grade level of violation is going to let me know what to ask for in the future. But I have to start somewhere. I never did this on no social media before. So I'm anxious to see, like, I expect it. I don't expect it to take even 30 days. I expect it right now. You know what I'm saying? Not that necessarily somebody is going to tell me that this happened to me, you know what I'm saying, the same day that you said that. I don't expect nobody to be that honest. I expect somebody else to have to say this happened or that happened, or you heard about what happened with such and such. Yeah, but I expect it, and I know it. I know it's happened. I know it. You know what I'm saying? And I have to say it like this, not because I'm special, but this is your power too. But it has to be rooted in the real God, because if you're not the real God, ain't nothing gonna happen. But if my God is the real God, the one you call a white man named Master Fard Muhammad, and it do happen as it will, then you gonna know you can't play with him and us like that. Not no more. Grace for that is over with. So that's how immediate I expect it. I think it already happened. I think some stuff already happened. But it's going to keep happening until you can't hide it. And I think it's going to happen, of course, within 90 days, but I think it might, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to take that long at all.
Yeah, because what's dangerous about it is that they know what they do when they put that type of slander out amongst thousands of people who's listening and gonna listen and stuff like that. Like to me, that's sometimes that's propaganda that you can't reverse in certain cases. So to me, that's like, you know, that's the act of war, in my humble opinion, when you slander. Because sometimes you can't, you know what I'm saying, you mess up somebody's image, and you make a whole section of people think this way about somebody for hundreds of years.
Well, you know, that's not going to be able to happen, but the fact that you tried it, the fact that you tried it means that you need to receive what you tried.
Yeah.
What you tried to make happen to Elijah and Farrakhan and the followers of Elijah and Farrakhan is what needs to happen with you or your leader or whatever. Whatever it is that you own is what needs to happen to you and or your leader who taught you that. That's why I just said I'll bypass him. I want your leader. I'm gonna go after the leader of your disbelief. So since you're going after mine, we can't go after your mystery God. I tried and you declined that. So let me go after somebody that I can identify and hold accountable.
Yeah, and he says God never been on earth before. So
that's what I'm saying. So I can't go after him. You're not even going to accept that. Let me go after your General Johanna, who you said is your leader. Since you going after mine.
Yeah, that's only right.
So my prayer is towards them, and we'll see. But on that note, we had 3 hours, Madon. So again, you got the floor. Anybody, that wants to, ask any questions or comments or whatever, you're welcome to do that. But it's like 5 or 6 minutes left. Please like, subscribe, hit the like button, share this with anybody that you know is a NOI op or Farrakhan op or Elijah Muhammad or Master Fard Muhammad op. Please share this. And I welcome you, invite you, challenge you, and double dog dare you to come over here and do this public God challenge against me and our God, the so-called white God, Farad Muhammad, or fraud. Y'all call fraud. Say it to me, and let's put it to the test publicly. Let's see if he a fraud or not. Because you can always say that about us, but say it with me in the name of this God and accept this challenge, and let's see what happens. That's different. That's different. That makes things different. So also, man, if y'all, appreciate what y'all hear, don't forget, feel free to support on the Cash App side of the game, because that definitely helps. Y'all keep the lights on, and y'all been blessing me for the longest. And we got some actually being Madon got some business that we got to hurry up and at some point, because I'm waiting on you on that. So you just let me know when you ready to lock and load on that business that we got.
Okay, I got you, Cam, man. I'm gonna be on the ASAP. I got you.
All love. But you got the last word, Madon, our contributor on these YouTube streets, man. The brother that let me just talk all over him.
Hey, man.
I'll be feeling bad, bro.
Nah, Cam, man. This to me, man. This is how I love every moment of it, man. To build and just to show and prove, man, it's priceless. You know what I mean? To me, you know what I mean? And so to me, to be able to be an inspiration and a listener, and at the same time, all that good stuff, man, is priceless. So I'll say, hey, man, let's continue to build with one another, study to show ourselves approved, and let's stand up for what we believe in. And anybody want that challenge, bring the smoke to the brother Cam.
You know what I'm saying? They call you a troublemaker, mischief maker, or something like that.
Yeah, man, that's what they call me. All I do is say, hey, man, if you out here huffing and puff diddying and you disagreeing with somebody, I mean, won't you just show up and don't 304 up? So I mean, that's it.
That's basically it. J-Dog from Boston. Salute. J-Dog, Can Wise up from Boston. Paint the White House black, man. You already know it. Or just paint our own house. We already got our own black house. We don't need a house. I don't want nothing to do with the White House. We got our own house. We got our own nation. We're the chosen people. We're beloved. We were despised and rejected by everybody else, but beloved and accepted by God. And God gave you powers that you don't know nothing about. I wish you would put them to the test. I wish you would join on to your own God, your own kind, your own nation, the nation of Islam, the God of the nation of Islam, the messenger Messiah of the nation of Islam, which is Farrakhan, who's only going to be here for a few more days among us. He's not dying. Y'all going to think he's dying. Y'all going to think he's dead. Y'all going to celebrate. Yeah, I told you he wasn't, blah, blah, blah. We already know that's written. But still join on with your own nation, your own righteous black army, and the lights and the guides that's going to be in the darkness, because it's going to get darker and darker each day go by. Death is in the house. You already know that. So many of us right now is suffering grief and loss and need counseling and prayer and comfort, you know what I'm saying? And, condolences, and that's what I'm praying for also, because it's getting darker and darker and it's getting more and more grievous, more and more sad and sorrowful. We losing, loved ones every kind of way. So those of you that's over here with me, I'm definitely praying with you and for you, suffering with you and for you, but praying to the real, true, and living God, that God ease your suffering, the Most High, the real Allah, in your person, in the person of you, me, but especially in the person of Master Elijah Muhammad, Master Father Muhammad, in the name of Father Khan Muhammad, praying that God ease your affair and relieve your sorrow, lift the burden, help go get you some herbs or whatever, so you can cleanse and clear and detox that environment that's going to keep you grieving. Because when you grieve and you take certain kind of loss, it makes you question your purpose of life, and question faith, and God ain't real and God don't love us and blah, 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 blah. That's a demonic environment. That's a demonic, toxic environment that has weak suggestions and weak thoughts and hopeless thoughts and hopeless suggestions that's being set by parasites. Because loss is going to cause stress. It's going to cause grief and fear and sadness and low energy. It's going to open the door up to more and more candida, more and more neurotoxic environment, more and more bacteria, more and more multiplication of parasites and worms. And all of that destroys your faith, destroys your energy, your power, your inspiration, your hope, your beauty. So I pray that you understand that that's the way to fight it. That's the way to conquer it. Not just prayers. I'm just praying. No, I'm giving you actual instructions on what to do. And then once you start cleaning up your body, you don't grieve the same. You're not just looking at everything as a horror monster movie, pity party, grief party, hopeless, purposeless, no purpose. That's all hell. That's because of our biological chemistry, our environment of being possessed by little demon serpent worms and parasites. It depletes everything. It opens us up to weak, wicked suggestions and thoughts, which produce weak, wicked, emotional feelings, which is spirits. Spirits just means your emotional product, emotions. So I pray that, that y'all willing to go to war and really go to war, retaliate. This enemy wage war with you in your own anatomy. Kill them demons. Kill them parasites. Kill them microbes and pathogens. And watch you don't grieve the same. Watch your loved ones. You're going to start remembering the good times and all that. You're not going to look at that as a horror movie. You're going to start seeing the beauty of the one that you lost, or a loved one that you lost, is not really dead. You're going to actually be able to tune in and, and see the real eternal value, the eternal identity, things that you never saw in your own self. You're going to start seeing your own childhood and remembering conversations and tuning in on all kind of stuff once you clean your body up. But it's sad that it takes that level of loss or grief, to open you up to that. But better late than never, whatever it takes. You got to go through hell to get to heaven. The keys and the crown of heaven is in the bottomless pit of hell. We got to go to hell to get it. Got to go to hell to get the crown. Got to go to hell to get the keys of heaven. And then once you go all the way down there with the heat and the pressure and the terror and the torment, once you grab that and you already feel like, oh, I got this and it didn't destroy me. Oh, I'm swimming up. I'm on my way up. And the more you get out of that, you already still feeling victorious, because I didn't get destroyed by this hell. This hell didn't destroy me. I'm like a phoenix bird. I thought this shit was going to destroy me. No, you can't be destroyed. The only one can destroy you is you. If somebody can deceive you into thinking that you are destroyed and you judge yourself to be destroyed, then you're destroyed. Nobody can destroy you or your faith but you. But once you're going down into that hell or whatever, and you endure that and you withstand that, and then you grab that crown or you grab that key and you come out, then you appreciate life. Everything is heaven. Everything up above that ground zero of hell is heaven. You're going to appreciate everything, not to mention the crown and the power and the keys of heaven that you just got. You just gonna appreciate not being in hell no more, let alone the bliss and the. So please just go to war with that. Go to war against these parasites. Go to war against your poor health, your poor habits, your addictions, because that's the solution. The solution is not just prayers, excuse me. Solution is not prayers, even though that's part of it, but prayers is supposed to open us up to solutions, to the real physical solutions that we supposed to, do to literally cure us. Cure us. So in the name of Allah, in the person of Master Father Muhammad, to whom holy praise is due forever, and in the name of his Mahdi, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, our Father God and eternal leader of the nation of Islam, and in the name of their Messiah, their Son of Man, Farrakhan Muhammad, I love y'all, I pray for y'all, and he say, be and it is, or kun fayakun. In other words, I mean, and it is. This is for you. It will be done. You have the power to change your condition, and you are changing it just by listening to your brother. And on that note, man, Big Madon, love you, love all y'all, man. And till tomorrow, God willing, we out. Peace.
Salute.